judge.
Oh, no you didn't, you motherfucking piece of shit cocksucker. Mark my fucking words. I'm coming for you.
For now?
Go, 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 go. Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
I love it.
Go, 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 go. By eBay. Hell! Hateful slurs. Lame brain pieces of dumb fucking hateful slurs.
Why am I talking? I love it.
Hey, Mr. Brunel, you there?
I am present.
Right, I understand. He's claiming that he's got $5,000 a month in expenses and only $5,000 a month in income, and net's about $35.
It's Kevin's fault. Because you're not rich and you're not famous and you're not this and you're not that. You had an opportunity to be, but you blew it all. And I said, well, oh well. I'm proud of that. I guess I'm proud to be a loser.
This one's for all my baby girls.
I'll be the guy on level 1. I streamed myself masturbating. I'll be the guy.
Fuck life.
I'll be the for the thousands of children. I'll be the guy on level 1.
You're still on mission 1.
I'll be the guy on level 1. Level 1. Married happily, paycheck to paycheck happily, meaningful relationship, meaningful life with a family. And that, by the way, I have to raise money to pay 2 big bills next week. All my utilities are due next week. Tomorrow, if I stop streaming, I would not be able to get a job. So it would be the end of my life. But outside of that, everything else is good in my life. You know what I mean? So I'll be the guy on level 1. I streamed myself masturbating. I'll be the guy.
Fuck life.
I'll be the for the thousands of children. I'll be the guy on level 1.
You're still on mission 1.
I'll be the guy. I'll be the thousands of children.
Tell you something. When your life is all positive instead of negative, it's a much better situation. Big up Skeeter Cat, and I can tell you that from personal experience. Look at my life now. I have a beautiful wife. I have a beautiful life with a family, right? Everything here is so much better than what I had before. Why? Because I'm a positive person. Why do I say I'm not a children's entertainer? Because I'm not a Muppet. I'm not here to play a character. I'm not here to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I don't dye my hair. I don't act stupidly constantly to get attention from children. I don't do stupid pranks. You know what I mean? I don't cause drama. I'm here just to play games and have fun. I'm a legitimate gamer. Big up Skeeter Cat.
I eat banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I eat banana, tasty banana. Please the peeling comes in then I'll put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
Act and talk a certain way with certain mannerisms, certain over-the-top reactions, screaming at the top of their lungs, jumping, flailing, doing weird things, constantly on camera.
I eat banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I eat banana, tasty banana. Please the peeling comes in then I'll put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. I eat banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I eat banana, tasty banana. Please the peeling comes in then I'll put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
When we hit the 250 vestry for that celebration, I'm going to debut a new vest. There we go. Celebratory bubble blow. Very nice. There's bubbles everywhere. There's bubbles all over my PlayStation 4 controller. There's bubbles on my microphone stand. There's bubbles everywhere tonight. It's out of control.
Like exploding
Alright, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, hope you're all doing well. It is a bloody heatwave in the UK right now, I'll tell you that. It is, for like the west central Scotland where I am, it is 27 degrees Celsius. It was 28 earlier on. Now I know it's hotter in other parts of the UK. England are hitting the 30s and even mid-30s. The temperature, it's kind of crazy, the heat that's happening right now. And also keep in mind, I know it's going to be hotter in other places in America and Australia will hit high 30s and even maybe 40 at times, you know, but you got to keep in mind, Britain is not built to manage this kind of heat, you know. Britain is, well, not built for fucking managing many kinds of weather, you know. When it's too much fucking snow, we panic. When it's too much rain, we panic. And when it gets too hot, we panic. So it's something that Britain's kind of shit at. We're just used to kind of cloud and some drizzle, essentially. Do you guys have central air conditioning? For the most part, no. I have a fan in my room, and that is really coming in clutch for me personally. The fan, that's a big saver for me. But yeah, it's I don't have a fan. I don't have aircon in my room, and in UK in general, it's not normal to have air conditioning, at least not in homes. So yeah. I know some homes might have it, you know, but it's not the usual kind of thing you would expect to see in a house. So, but yeah, today's bingo card has been picked already by Prophet. We managed to do it behind the scenes. Didn't expect to do it behind the scenes, but he told me his options and his choice over Discord. And yeah, he wanted something that said, well, essentially, he seemed to settle for. He wanted Snort at first time. Well, he wanted something else. He wanted new PC, which wasn't even part of the list. Then he wanted Snort, which is not even on the list as well because it's a free space. And then he said something like, you know, use a phrase, use C after I gave him all the options. Although the thing, the only thing that's on the bingo card which has C in it is Steel Hams.
In the stream chat, people who, they pretend like they support me, they pretend like they're positive, and they're not. They're shitheads. They sit here and they sneak this and they say underhanded things. They try to literally bring up either detractor memes or literal drama shit every day. They do it on purpose so that they can try to derail the shit that I'm doing on my streams, you know? And it just gets to the point where it's so frustrating. I just want to have fun, man. I really just want to fucking have fun. That's it. That's all I want to do is have fun with you guys. Fun. Way more fun. I just want to have fun. Way more fun. I just want to have no taxes, bills to pay, nice chill stream today. You're having a fun and interactive time with me and you're finding entertainment, positivity, and value in it. Then the support should just come naturally, okay? I just want to have fun. Way more fun. I just want to have fun. Way more fun. Here's the bottom line, and I'm tired of it now. No more excuses, all right? Because the bottom line is people are like, Phil's not engaged in his commentary, and Phil's commentary is boring, and that's why people don't want to watch the playthroughs of the streams. Bullshit. I'm loving this game. I'm voice acting. I'm engaged. I'm commentating on everything that's going on actively. Bullshit. I call massive bullshit on any idiot who says that about either the Watch Dogs 2, which I've been playing recently and really liking, or Pokemon. It's bullshit. I call complete and utter bullshit on anyone who's saying that I'm not engaged and I sound like I'm bored. I'm not. So I've had enough excuses. It just seems to me like people are fucking lazy and don't want to come out to the streams. I don't even know what else to say, you know?
Right now, for the next week, I'm literally strapped for cash. The only money I'll have is tips coming in on the streams. And that, by the way, I have to raise money to pay 2 big bills next week. All my utilities are due next week. So now in the next few days, I have to raise money to pay my utilities. And then, you know, see what I mean? Like, this is how it is for me. Yet these shitheads out there want to fucking fuck with me behind the scenes, ruin all kinds of financial shit for me. Then on top of that, make stuff up to try to make me sound like a terrible person on the internet.
To make money, I have to pay Ben bills. You know, I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben
bill. I have to pay my taxes, pay my back taxes. I have to pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill. I have to pay bills. I have to pay bills, bitch. Taxes. I have to pay bills, bitch. Day to day, tips to tips, to pay bills and things. Eventually things will get better, but kind of stuck right now with how things are. That's why I'm trying to make money. I have to pay bills. You know, I have to pay bills. I have to pay bills. I have to pay taxes. Bills. I have to pay bills. I have to. If you want to sit here and you want to pretend like you're holier than thou, I'm better than those content creators, man. Because I have a job where I work 9 to 5 and I bust my ass at my job and I earn a paycheck, man. And then I come home. See, I'm not on the internet begging for money all day, man. See, I'm better than them, man. No, you're not any better. Everyone's the same. No one's better than anybody else. Get your ass out there and fucking work, bitch.
Oh, you're right. You will take the ban. You're absolutely right. You will take the ban. You'll take the ban hard right in your fucking ass. Get the fuck out. You're supposed to be someone I trust, and you're gonna be a dickhead and go behind my back and hurt me and insult me. Get the fuck out. You'll take the ban real hard right up the finger.
I'm just going to
Ban.
Why am I toxic?
Ban. Gone.
bitch. Fuck you and your mother. Fuck the trolls, bitch. Fuck you and your mother. I'm just going to
Ban.
Why am I toxic?
Ban. Gone.
bitch. Fuck you and your mother. I'm just going to fuck you and your mother. That's right. This is the United States of Phil. I am the supreme being. I make the rules. What I say goes. This is my land. A nice lean-in manual. Now, just because I can, I'll issue a lean-in manual ban.
Ban.
Why am I toxic?
Ban. Gone.
Bitch, fuck you and your mother. Fuck the trolls, bitch. Now, just because I can, I'll issue a lean-in manual ban.
Ban.
Why am I toxic?
Ban. Gone.
Bitch, fuck you and your mother. I'm just going to fuck you and your mother.
Alright guys, how about this? How about everyone relax and let me play the fucking game and stop derailing my stream? Maybe I don't give a fuck that someone maybe in here you're accusing of being someone else who was previously banned. Maybe I just want to play the game and I don't fucking care about you guys derailing. Like, there's people watching this stream right now, they're trying to watch me play the game. Here's everyone in the chat. There's someone in the chat who's someone else who might have been previously banned. They might be saying racist things to do that. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm looking at the chat for the last 5 to 10 minutes. None of that is happening in the chat. None of it. It's just you guys screaming. Because you're not rich and you're not famous and you're not this and you're not that. You had an opportunity to be, but you blew it all. And I said, well, oh well. I'm proud of that. I guess I'm proud to be a loser.
This one's for all my baby girls.
I'll be the guy on level 1. I streamed myself masturbating. I'll be the guy. Fuck life. I'll be the in front of thousands of children. I'll be the guy on level 1.
You're still on mission 1.
I'll be the guy on level 1. Level 1. Married happily, paycheck to paycheck happily, meaningful relationship, meaningful life with a family. And that, by the way, I have to raise money to pay 2 big bills next week. All my utilities are due next week. Tomorrow, if I stop streaming, I would not be able to get a job. So it would be the end of my life. But outside of that, everything else is good in my life. You know what I mean? So I'll be the guy on level 1. streamed myself masturbating. I'll be the guy. Fuck life. I'll be the for the thousands of children. I'll be the guy on level 1.
You're still on mission 1.
I'll be the guy. I'll be the thousands of children.
Let me tell you something. When your life is all positive instead of negative, it's a much better situation. Big up Skeeter Cat. And I can tell you that from personal experience. Look at my life now. I have a beautiful wife. I have a beautiful life with a family, right? Everything here is so much better than what I had before. Why? Because I'm a positive person. Why do I say I'm not a children's entertainer? Because I'm not a Muppet. I'm not here to play a character. I'm not here to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I don't dye my hair. I don't act stupidly constantly to get attention from children. I don't do stupid pranks. You know what I mean? I don't cause drama. I'm here just to play games and have fun. I'm a legitimate gamer.
Big up Skeeter Cat. I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peeler comes in the milk. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
Act and talk a certain way with certain mannerisms, certain over-the-top reactions, screaming at the top of their lungs, jumping, flailing, doing weird things, constantly on camera.
I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peeler comes in the milk. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Banana. Banana in my mouth.
This one's for all my baby girls.
I need banana, tasty banana. Banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peeler comes in the milk. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Banana in my mouth.
When we hit the 250 vest streak for that celebration, I'm going to debut a new vest. There we go. Celebratory bubble blow. Very nice. There's bubbles everywhere. There's bubbles all over my PlayStation 4 controller. There's bubbles on my microphone stand. There's bubbles everywhere tonight. It's out of control.
This one's for all my baby girls.
And it starts to click, you know, if someone just keeps saying sorry when they do something, they're not really apologizing. Right? If apologizing isn't just words, it's I will not do this thing again because I feel bad about it. If you keep doing the thing, it's not actually an apology.
You have no respect for people that are alive, for fucking people that are dead. You don't give a shit about anybody but yourself. You have no respect.
Apologizing isn't just words.
You have no respect. Do you value money more than our friendship?
But that's the way of them saying, we want nothing to do with Phil at all moving forward. Let's make up a bunch of shit or twist a bunch of shit to make him sound bad because everyone hates him now anyway on the internet. So let's make him look like the villain so everyone will believe it and we'll just be washing our hands of the whole situation and we never have to deal with him ever again. And you know what? Look what's happened. Literally, no one bugs them anymore. Nothing. They're completely washed. The cans are clean.
You have no respect for people that are alive, for fucking people that are dead. You don't give a shit about anybody but yourself. You have no respect.
Apologizing isn't just words. It's I will not do this thing again.
You have no respect.
Because I feel bad about it.
He watches too much WWE. John starts getting text messages at 6 o'clock in the morning. That means it's like 2 o'clock in the morning there. So now, when you start reading them, you start looking at it, and it doesn't make any sense why he's even texting. And it's not even coherent. So you start wondering if the guy was, like, if he's been drinking and texting.
I actually admitted this last year. I'll say it again. I actually do play some mobile games. I do. All right? The ones that I play are free to play. or incredibly inexpensive, like you spend $1 here or there to make progress.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Got me that gotcha.
I love it.
Got me that gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on street. It's WWE Champions time. I'm stupid. WWE game plays like Candy Crush. Moving gems around, breaking colored gems.
I love it.
Again, it's pay to win. The more money you sink into it, the more characters you can summon, the higher chance you'll get the better characters, etc., etc. All right? Got me that gotcha.
I love it.
Got me that gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on street. Gotcha. Got me that gotcha. Thanks for the money, dummies. Supercar. That was a mobile game I played like 5-6 years ago, a lot. For about a year, I played it pretty hardcore. All right, even at that point, that was before everything kind of fell apart with YouTube and everything. I was putting a little bit of money into it. I was playing for the top cards. I was playing the shit out of that game, okay? After about a year, they launched what they called Season 2, which reset all the cards in the game and made all your progress essentially worthless. And I said, this game fucking sucks. What a complete waste of time that this was, all right? Today, some shithead hater will take something that I say out of context, and a ton of morons will watch that video. So within a day or two, that video will get like 5,000 views. While my daily gameplay videos each are getting, what, like 1,000 views, if that? Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of the cuck. Why not? YouTube does...
Never mind that song. Okay, right. Right, let's go back to bingo card stuff. I had to do something else, so I randomly just threw the music back on. But yeah, it's good music, so that's something at least. It's some good music to enjoy. Right, Prophet said he wanted. Well, he said he wanted UC. He settled for UC, but that's not on the list. As you can, well, I think it's not on the list. I'm pretty sure UC is not on the list. There is See What Happens. So if Prophet is fine and happy enough with See What Happens, we'll use that. But it's entirely up to Prophet, essentially. He tried to fucking pick Snort before, and I was like, no, that's a free space. So Prophet is fine with See What Happens, and he also wants number 96. Now, I actually did this before, right before the stream started. I went and tried to do the bingo card thing, but then I realised that it's not really transparent to me, you know. And we might as well do it live, and you can see exactly what it is. But you know exactly what to expect anyway. So let me go to the browser. There you go. You can see the browser now. And let's generate 1,000 new bingo cards. Can we not generate 1,000? Fucking copy and paste that. I'll just generate 1,000 new bingo cards. It's not letting me generate 1,000 new bingo cards because it knows it's not. I can just refresh the damn thing then. Right, there we go. Ah, for fuck's sake. This has been very annoying. Is it still going to be different? It might be the same card, it might be a different card. You want card number 96. You want a card number 96 and see what happens. Oh, it's actually different. It actually updated. This is not what it was before. So I actually did update the results. Good. Okay, so this is a brand new bingo card. It's not the same one as I sent. That's the thing. I actually set Prophet what I had before, but it was a different one. And this was also before stream started properly, because it's like this looks like it's gonna be a bingo card. But we got something different here. We got something interesting here. The card on the left hand side is the card that looks like it's going to be for us for this bingo. Now, top left you got drama, then you got siege mode, which is him basically crossing his arms. It's a piece kind of borrowed terminology. He crosses his arms when he's fucking talking to you, not shit. It gets a bit weird that way. It's like defensive or whatever. And you've got a lip smack, and you've got him saying upgrade, and him saying wow. Upgrade's also a good one because he's going to talk about computer stuff anyway. So yeah, again, that's a good start, I think. And then you got support, burp, detractor/trolls would be great, and see what happens. And then you've got time, him talking about family, any family at all, him snorting, him saying addition, and him saying project. Him saying what I mean by that is, him saying some hateful slurs, him saying positive, him giving a thumbs up to the camera, and then saying members. And final row, you've got chill, closet, meaningful, the YouTube legacy story, and him randomly having his finger in his mouth. That we amended choose nails to finger and mouth because of what happened yesterday. We got 24 out of 25 goddamn bingo things yesterday. We were one away, and Phil did kind of. It was a people couldn't decide whether it was a chewing his fingernail or not. I don't think it was picking his teeth. You know, it happened very quickly. It was kind of random.
Money, money, yeah, yeah.
We have a new sub.
Money, money, oh,
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Thank you, Naoto Running, for the subscription. Much appreciated. Yeah, we were so damn close to a full 25 out of 25, but maybe today's the day we'll get 25 out of 25. Profit is the one picking, because I felt bad yesterday because I asked for a number and like I was going to use Profit's number, and then Dashy's like, hang on, I was meant to pick it. So I felt bad denying Profit that. So this is me making up to Profit by letting him have full control today. But from tomorrow onwards we'll have like back to normal. I'll just pick somebody random and, you know, chat to pick it. But yeah, I like look at his bingo card. Profit has picked a very solid card here, I feel. Profit, are you happy with this bingo card of yours? It's the one left hand side to your mind, you know, but this is a very strong looking card, I would say. This is a lot of things there which we can definitely see happening and him saying and doing. Siege mode, Zion, is he basically crosses his arms when he talks to you. I think it's some kind of defensive thing. He usually does it when he's not really, he's kind of a bit annoyed, you know, when he's talking to you. But it's a term borrowed from Piece of Peace. You know, he calls it siege mode when Phil crosses his arms. So yeah, I like the name. You know, I don't want to just put cross his arms or whatever. I thought I'd put siege mode just as a wee shout out to Piece of Peace, who is a brilliant detractor. He's done a lot of great stuff for the detractor side of things. You know, including the tips tracker as well, which is also one of the bigger things. But his streams and all are usually quite enjoyable. It's usually quite late at night though for me to enjoy them, so a lot of the times I miss the night streams. But yeah, hopefully we'll get the bingo today. Let me save this card for you guys and we'll get the bingo set up, and then we can go back to enjoying some music. Who knows, I actually might play my own damn music if I want to torture you. It's funny how some people are not aware that I made a bunch of dumbass songs as well about DSP, but they're not that good though, because it's me singing. It's not just... some of the best songs are obviously about... Obviously we're making DSP say these things himself, you know, and it's all kind of... It's very cleverly worked. But yeah. Let me just save this bingo card very quickly. There we go. That's what I'm saying right before stream started. Profit, that's what I'm saying. He first started talking to me, saying that he's thinking of doing a video or a stream of like what Phil needs. So Profit is doing something very soon. I think he said Saturday. He plans to do a stream on Saturday. Profit can confirm that himself in a chat if he wishes, but he's planned to do a stream on Saturday, I think, about Phil's computer. And I think he's actually saying he's going to build a PC or something. I don't know, either way. I don't want to say something accidentally wrong in case that's not happening, but I think that's what he said. Yeah, Profit is definitely very computer smart. More so than me, and definitely more so than Phil. And so yeah, he knows exactly in terms of like he's good at working out kind of what Phil needs essentially on a computer, and even the minimum of what he needs. Yeah, Profit says he'll be building a PC on stream while re-streaming Phil himself on Saturday. So there we go. So yeah, that's something. I mean, if I might even give Bingo a miss that day. Who knows? It'd be strange though. Actually, Saturday. What am I doing Saturday? I actually might be busy Saturday. No lie. I don't know what I'm doing yet on Saturday. I'm actually not sure what I'm doing Saturday. So I might not even be an issue in terms of having two contrasting streams. I might not even be here because I don't know what I'm doing yet on Saturday. But yeah. Anyway, the bingo card is saved, and Phil is live, by the way. He's just in his chat. He's ready to ban somebody in his chat, but I'll say, but we don't have to worry about leaning ban anyway. I'm calling instant snort Raphael Robinson. It's possible. It's quite possible. Right. But as you can see though, like he is live, and he's got his dumbass music going. Let's enjoy Meerkat's music instead, while waiting for Phil to like go properly live, not shit, and we're waiting for the bingo to start. So keep playing some more Meerkat Mob and his brilliant Lil Piggy playlist.
Doesn't care. Illegal, immoral, harmful, fucking toxic. This is insane. This is fucking toxic. Cuck life. It became a meme, right? The meme was to hate on me. What are the legitimate reasons? At first, there were. But over the years, are you shitting me how I've changed, like how different I am now? There is no thing fucking legitimate you could do. But the shit these people say and do, the insane amounts of slander and defamation about me, that's just untrue on the internet. There's no way I could ever, in any capacity, legally or otherwise, there's no way I could even dispute 99% of the shit they say because of the insane amount of it that they say. Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of the cuck. Why not? YouTube doesn't care. Illegal, immoral, harmful, fucking toxic. This is insane. This is fucking toxic. Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of the cuck. Why not? YouTube doesn't care. Illegal, immoral, harmful, fucking toxic. This is insane. This is fucking toxic. Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of the cuck. Why not?
Because I just want you guys to understand that means the world to me when I get a message like that. Like, it's been tough. My life has been tough over the last decade. It has. And when I read a message like that, I'm sorry that I'm tearing up like a baby. But when I read a message like that, it makes me feel like it was worth it. Like all the shit that happened to me and all the stress and the mental shit that I go through on a daily basis, sometimes, that is worth it because there's people out there who got something out of all of this. It wasn't just some dickhead in front of a camera, doing stupid videos. That it actually meant something to people. And that means the world to me. That there's people out there that, for a decade, that they've been watching me and they've been following me and they've been watching my life evolve and how I become a better person, Right now, for the next week, I'm literally strapped for cash. The only money I'll have is tips coming in on the streams. And that, by the way, I have to raise money to pay 2 big bills next week. All my utilities are due next week. So now in the next few days, I have to raise money to pay my utilities. And then, see what I mean? Like, this is how it is for me. Yet these shitheads out there want to fucking fuck with me behind the scenes, ruin all kinds of financial shit for me. Then on top of that, make stuff up to try to make me sound like a terrible person on the internet. To make money, I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay my taxes, pay my back taxes. I have to pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills, bitch. Pay Ben taxes. I have to pay Ben bills, bitch. Day to day, tips to tips, to pay bills and things. Eventually things will get better. But I'm kind of stuck right now with how things are. That's why I'm trying to make money. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben taxes. Bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to. If you want to sit here and you want to pretend like you're holier than thou, I'm better than those content creators, man. Because I have a job where I work 9 to 5 and I bust my ass at my job and I earn a paycheck, man. And then I come home, see? I'm not on the internet begging for money all day, man. See, I'm better than them, man. No, you're not any better. Everyone's the same. No one's better than anybody else. Get your ass out there and fucking work, bitch. Now, I do have a favor to ask, okay? I mentioned this on tonight's late stream. I'm going to probably be mentioning it on every stream this week. Here's the deal.
Hold on a second, I forgot about contributions. As in the Pixar Animations video. We need to play that before we start. We need to. It's like customary, it's a standard. We can't have a stream starting, like a bingo starting, without some contributions. I mean, where would it be without contributions, you know? So here we go. We'll full screen for this. And we're going to enjoy some contributions, damn it. Thanks to Pixar Animations. And yes, it's pickups 2kg, yeah.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money, when you go outside, all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky, and you raise your face up. You're like, oh, you start dancing. You go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Free. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone.
There we go, brilliant video. That was Pixar Animations that animated that. Let me just send you a link in case no one's aware of that before. So, Pixar Animations did not create the tune. The music was created by, I think Hate Army Watch asked somebody to make it for him for his stuff. I think that's a lore behind it. I can't mind. It wasn't even a detractor that made the tune originally. It's like, I think it was some guy that's experienced with the music side of things. And Hate Army Watch reached out to them to try and get him to make something with it, and that's the end result. It was an absolute banger of a tune. I need to update my own understanding of the fucking history of that goddamn because it's one of my favourite wee tunes, that's for damn sure. Yeah, I consider it the Hate Army Watch tune, and I'm allowed to use it, which is good, you know, and not enjoy it as much as I can. But yeah, we always need to have that playing before we start a stream. Obviously, anyone that subs, tips, or super chats, a wee snippet of that will play. You know, like for example, Naruto running subscribed earlier on, like 20 minutes ago. So I was going to play it here, but Phil's actually alive. So get ready, guys. It's bingo time, and good luck, and hopefully we can get a full house today. So here we go.
There's a Dark CD or Dark CD Phil.
Hi, my name is what? My name is who? My name is
Dark C Depthful.
Hi, my name is what? My name is who? My name is
Slim Dark C. Bethel.
All right, good morning, everyone. Hello, hello, and welcome to a fresh and new episode of the Level 1 Podcast as we begin a brand new week for today's Monday, July 18th, 2022. How are you today? Well, how are you? Tell me. It's okay. You can open up to me. You can tell me. You can share. What's going on? I want to hear. What? Oh. Oh. Wow. It's pretty big. Good for you. Me here, I'm doing all right. I'm ready for a fun new streaming week. I don't know about you guys. Quick reminder, I'm actually here 3 more days this week, which is very abnormal. But yeah, I'm actually here not only just today, but tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday will be my actual day off. And we got an exciting week lined up because not only do we have a fun kind of final downtime day today, the calm before the storm, as they say, playing through chill playthroughs and fun stuff, more retro stuff.
All right, we seem to have missed a... we're having a lot happening straight away. Yeah, I love it. Snorts Free Space. I actually think WoW was just said. People saying Smack just happened. Jeez, let me rewind it just a wee bit, just so... because there's so much happening straight away at the start. He seems to actually hit like 20 of them in like 10 seconds. It's crazy.
To a fresh and new episode of the Level 1 podcast as we begin a brand new week for today's Monday, July 18th, 2022. How are you today? Well, how are you? Tell me. It's okay. You can open up to me. You can tell me. You can share. What's going on? I want to hear. What? Oh. Oh. Wow. It's pretty big. Good for you. Me here, I'm doing all right. I'm ready for a fun new streaming week. I don't know about you guys. Quick reminder.
Siege mode is him basically crossing his arms while he's talking in a wee bit of a huff. It's something borrowed from Piece of Peace streams. He calls it Siege mode when Phil crosses his arms and he's like trying to explain something to his dumbass chat. So, yeah. He said, chill. He did it. He did okay. So he's hearing voices and said, okay. Did he say chill as well? Did he just... I'm fucking missing everything today. Guys, reminder, if I miss anything, tag me in the chat and just yell like, fuck at me. Just don't be afraid to bully the ever-living shit out of me if I miss anything, because I am prone to missing things. I'm crap at times hearing this kind of thing. So I do appreciate the people helping me keep me right. And if he said chill, then we'll mark off chill. So there we go. And yeah, there we go. Thank you very much, guys. I'm needing your help and I'll do my best to keep up as fast and best as I can. But yeah, don't call me English Dash. It's the one thing I'm not going to fucking tolerate. I'm not fucking English. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Let's keep going.
I'm actually here 3 more days this week, which is very abnormal. But yeah, I'm actually here not only just today, but tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday will be my actual day off. And we got an exciting week lined up because not only do we have a fun kind of final downtime day today, the calm before the storm, as they say, playing through chill playthroughs and fun stuff, more retro stuff, by the way. But tomorrow we got a double new release day, which I'm excited to talk about today because the early reviews for both Stray and As Dusk Falls have hit the internet. Excuse me. In general, it seems to me that both games are being very well received. And it's funny because there's very few outliers. Although it's interesting to see some of the outliers. For example, Stray is basically reviewing straight 9s across the board, a few 8s, and then all of a sudden Kinda Funny Games gives it a 3 out of 5, which is only 60%. And they seem to be way more critical than everyone else. Come to find out, Kinda Funny Games was literally just paid to publicly promote As Dusk Falls, the other game coming out the same day as Stray. So it's kind of suspect they're literally the only major outlet on the internet to not like Stray as much because they were paid to promote the direct competition. On the flip side of that, there's a website called VGC that absolutely, positively says Stray is one of the best games ever made and possibly a Game of the Year contender. And then they say As Dusk Falls is not a very good game. It's a good story, but all the mechanics kind of suck. And they gave it like a 2-star out of 5. So it's interesting to see how certain outlets perhaps have agendas. And it's just a a what if. It's not any kind of evidence behind this stuff, but in general, the consensus is that not one but both games are quite good. That's a good thing, because that means not only will we be able to enjoy some new releases to break up this crazy marathon of retro stuff that I've been doing, but it looks like that possibly they're going to be quite good games, and maybe some of the best games that we've played so far this year. Let's be honest, outside of Sifu, Horizon Forbidden West, Elden Ring, right? Those would probably be the 3 games that I could say I played this year that were new releases that were either innovative or exciting or definitely possible Game of the Year contenders for one reason or another. Outside of that, all the other new games that we played this year were kind of not that great or a little bit underwhelming. And I think now it should be pretty fun in order to be playing these new games and seeing what they have as summer releases too. That's the other thing. As we all know, there's almost never hot new games during the summer. Very rare. We had a weird summer 2 years ago where we had Ghost of Tsushima right in the middle of July, which was odd. But outside of that, we usually have dead time during the summer. And so it's exciting to have a few new games in the middle to break up the monotony of the drought, as they say. You call it a gaming summer drought. You know, it's hot, there's no water, and apparently there's no new games. I don't know why this happens every summer. A lot of people are available to be playing new games. And I have no idea why the heck they don't release more during the summertime. It's not like Ghost of Tsushima didn't sell because it released in July. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm excited. We'll talk in a little bit about each game and what people are saying about it in their reviews, which is great. I did not spoil, by the way. Basically what I did is I read summary bullet points, but I absolutely did not read in-depth reviews. I don't want to be spoiled on either game. Excuse me. So that's great, right? Today we got a great day of streaming lined up. As I said, like a final kind of day of all retro stuff before we hit the new releases, and then things will be broken up a bit, covering the new releases for 2 straight days, and then a balance between said new releases and the retro stuff, which will be fun. So that's great. I'm excited for that for sure. I want to say thank you so far this streaming week. 4 days in out of my 7-day streaming week has been really, really good. You guys have been completely engaging in all of the retro content that I've been doing, and I really appreciate that because, again, when you're in the middle of the summer with no new releases really, and I'm juggling all kinds of retro stuff, it's nice to know that you guys bought in and want to be here. And I really, really, really appreciate that. Thank you, guys. So not only will we be talking a little bit about the schedule and the initial reactions to the new releases this morning, but there was also a major update to YouTube's Content ID system. That's definitely a step in the right direction. It's not necessarily a solution to anyone's problems, but it definitely is an improvement I like to talk about because we've talked about Content ID recently and how it really has issues in regards to content creators who just get false claims all the time, like me. Notably, I've been playing Final Fantasy VII. When I was playing Castlevania, when I was playing Sonic, I was constantly getting false claims against my videos, saying that some Brazilian company owns the soundtrack to a classic NES game. No, they do not, YouTube, you fucking idiots. I mean, anyone with a brain will look at it for 2 seconds and say this is completely false, but YouTube doesn't do that. They're automated. So, we'll talk a little bit about that this morning, all right? So, good stuff all around, good discussion. I'm feeling very positive about not only today as a streaming day, but for the week, okay? I'm feeling good. We're also going to have a little bit of PC discussion today as we begin to talk about the odds and ends. We've already talked about the CPU. We've talked about the GPU. And we talked about RAM. Those are really the 3 major components you have to discuss before you move on. But now today, we can begin to talk about other things such as a capture device, hard drives, possibly a webcam. Those are the kind of things. And then, smaller discussions about things like the power supply. But we can talk about that kind of stuff too as we begin to wind down and wrap up discussion about what I'd be looking for in a new PC setup, okay? And I'm excited, like, obviously, actually some people have now contacted me saying, don't get a new PC yet. It's like, wow. We'll talk about this today. Don't worry, we're going to get into this, okay? So anyway, guys, I'm excited for today. Let's jump into the fray head first, shall we? So anyway, let's talk about the schedule. So today's gameplay streams. First of all, we start off today with another delicious dose of Final Fantasy VII Classic playthrough fun. I am enjoying this game way more than I actually thought I would playing it with you guys. I'm so happy that I'm an interactive streamer. And you know what? In a lot of ways, I'm happy I waited to play the game. Because if I had played it back in the day like I originally had wanted to, I wouldn't have had this interaction with you guys, and likely I would not have liked it as much as I do now. Being an interactive streamer today, having this fun engagement with you, talking about the game every single moment that we're playing it, finding out about lore about the game I didn't know, different elements to the combat, secret items, all kinds of stuff has been really, really fun. And I am re-experiencing the game, all right, at face value, meaning I'm trying to reevaluate the plot as we go through it. My major gripe with the game was the graphics and the plot. So now being able to replay it so many years later and reevaluate those two things is nice. Okay, I'm excited to be playing through this game. From what I understand, we are approaching the end of disc 1. The game had 3 discs, right? So we're approaching the end of disc 1 and heading into disc 2 very soon. Now, where we are in the game is we have just arrived at Wutai, or we're about to. Wutai is the home village of Yuffie, one of the side characters of the game that you can optionally recruit. I just recruited her yesterday, and now all of a sudden we're right into the plot line. From what I understand, this could take a couple of hours to do. It's one of the more lengthy side areas of the game, and it's very challenging, which I'm down for. I'm down for a challenge. I'm down for fun. Hope you guys are too. It should be a good time today, okay? And as always, as I've told you guys, all right, if we keep up with the level of excitement that we've had for Final Fantasy VII, and what I mean by that is people showing up to watch, engaging with the content, interacting with me when I play, and of course supporting the content. If those things continue, I'm still okay with keeping this as a daytime stream. However, I gotta preface that with saying new releases always take priority over retro games. They always will, all right? So with a double new release starting tomorrow, yes, Stray and As Dusk Falls will take priority as new releases, and I will be playing those games as the daytime streams until they finish, and then Final Fantasy VII will come back as a daytime stream. In the meantime, over this coming weekend, you might see Final Fantasy VII as a night stream for a time or two, okay? So there you go. All right. So I'm excited for Final Fantasy VII today. You might say, well, Phil, originally you said you were going to do a poll to determine if you were going to play Final Fantasy VII or Fable today. Why did you decide on Final Fantasy VII? Honestly, because I'm having so much fun with this playthrough with you guys. It's the first time I've played the game in 20 years. I've already done a playthrough of Fable Anniversary in the last...
I don't think he's being completely honest here. I thought the genuine answer would have been because it's one of the most well-supported financial games I'm playing right now, and it makes financial sense to keep rolling with it. I mean, I would not actually mock Phil for that. It makes financial sense to play a game that is well supported. He did it for Elden Ring, for example. It made sense to play Elden Ring as much as it did because he got so much financial support. It is smart business. If people are giving you money, even if it's only one or two of the same people, it makes sense to milk that for all it's worth. As a content creator, especially this is your one sole business. I just wish that Phil would be more honest and transparent about the real reasons, that is all. Look, I mean, if that was the case for me, I'd fucking be more honest about it. Man, why do you think I do so much fucking bingo? Because it's definitely by far more popular than anything else I would do. If my dumbass was playing GTA 5 Chaos Mode, some people enjoy that and I enjoy it as well. But for the most part, I will say, a lot of people that subscribe to me are subscribed for the detractor stuff, so they want to see detractor content. They want to see DSP style stuff, so the DSP Bingo streams are definitely going to be far more popular than anything else I would do, like, gameplay-wise. I understand that, and that's why I do this, so there you go. Suds, what have you missed? Everything in the bingo card is what you missed. If a screen, you missed it.
Last 8 years, you know, it's not like I'm doing anything overly special or different with the playthrough this time around. I'm just trying to re-experience the game with an interactive audience. But in this case, Final Fantasy VII is something that I have not played in so long, and it's excellent as an older person now, right? You know, I'm getting up there in age. My, you know, let's be honest here. All right, I'm walking a little slower. My cognitive functions are a little bit slower. I'm growing giant bushes of hair out of my ears. And my balls hang down to my knees and clack together. This is what happens when you get old. Also, I need to eat Metamucil every morning so I can, you know, make a proper bowel movement. This is what happens when you get older, man. So anyway, no exaggerations there. Anyway, experiencing this game as an older, more mature person with an interactive audience is a very different situation than me having played this game earlier on in my life by myself, not understanding all the things that are in it. You see, it's very different now, and I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you guys are too. I'm not saying that I'm not liking Fable. I am. I think Fable is a good game as well, but I just always have wanted to play this game, so it's actually awesome to finally be experiencing this with you guys. So, very excited. Now, as for tonight's latest stream, all right, we're determining right now what I'm playing at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. There's two options. Either more of the Capcom Fighting Collection, which is old school fighting games like the Darkstalkers franchise, Hyper Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition, and Gem Fighter Minimax. Or we could continue on with Super Mario Bros. 2, which I started last night. We basically have 2 worlds left, but they are the hardest worlds in the game. So it might take me a significant time to beat these worlds because, again, I'm not cheating, meaning I'm not using any kinds of warps or exploits.
He is using save states like shit, though, man. He is save stating the shit out of that game, so I can't consider that a wee bit cheaty, personally.
Trying to beat each stage in succession. Now, yes, am I using save states? Of course I am. If I didn't use save states, it would take me 27 hours to beat this game. Using save states,
most people, it doesn't take most children 27 hours to beat fucking Super Mario. It's a 2-hour game or some pish, man. There's no way it would take him. He's going to be finished the game in like less than 2 streams because of save states. It's fucking pathetic.
to beat it in a reasonable amount of time. But I am legitimately trying to beat every stage without any kind of skipping, you see? So, you guys are voting on this right now. If you take a look at the main channel page of DSP Gaming, and you go to the community tab, all right, there's a poll running that I posted up last night at the tail end of last night's late stream to determine what game I would play tonight. Currently, it is as follows. Capcom Fighting Collection Multiplayer has 25% of the vote, and Super Mario Bros. 2 Finale has 75% of the vote, with about 572 people who have voted so far as of this morning. Now, you might say to yourself, wow, 75 to 25, that is a pretty resounding, vote for Super Mario Bros. 2. Now, you're correct, except that you're forgetting something. Typically, when I do a poll like this on DSP Gaming, we get around 1,000 votes within, say, 24 to 48 hours. Some of these polls have gone over 2,000 votes. What it really depends on is the subject matter, but also the amount of time that I give. Being that it's only been up for 12 hours, we got a little over 500 people who voted, but over the course of today, there may very well be many more people who will vote. So
I love in the past how when polls got a lot of votes, he would accuse the trolls of skewing the votes and skewing the numbers and voting maliciously, so he would just fucking ignore the poll and pick what he wanted instead. And this feels something like similar. It feels like he does not want to play Super Mario again, and he would rather play the fighting game. This is fucking weird. This is kind of weird fucking pig logic here, man. But legacy story? Is it a legacy? Why is it a legacy story? What makes it a legacy story, Dashi? What have I missed? It was legacy story there. Yeah, a lot of people are not liking him cheating technically at Super Mario. Past polls, nah, as a definite clutching at straws, Dashi. I wouldn't say that personally.
Depending on what you want, please go vote. Tonight's stream will be directly what you voted for. Obviously, if the Capcom Fighting Collection wins, it's 2 hours of multiplayer. If Super Mario Bros. 2 wins, I will finish the game tonight. I'm guessing it'll probably take me about an hour, maybe a little longer to beat it. Of course, I could be completely wrong, because if you remember, I said the same thing about, excuse me, I said the same thing about, was it Castlevania? And then I ended up not beating it and having to do another session. It was either Castlevania or another game where I thought for sure I would beat it, and then I didn't, and I had to do an extra session. No, what game was it? It was the game I just played and finished. What did I just finish? What game was it that I thought I was going to finish Tuesday, and then I didn't, and we had to finish it Thursday night? How is it that I'm having a brain fart, and I can't remember what I even played Thursday night? Zelda 2. Thank you, Shia. Wow. I played so many retro games so far this summer that they're all melding into each other. I'm starting to forget them. So we may have another Zelda 2 situation, dependent on how it goes. We'll see tonight. Now, if I do finish Mario 2 early, we'll just do some Q&A or whatever. We'll just chill. We'll have a good time and relax, and maybe talk a little bit about the upcoming games on Tuesday, all right? So I'm excited for that. Tuesday, speaking of which, is a double new release day. Now, here's the intended order that I'd like to play the games. I'd like to play Stray on my first stream, and then I'd like to play As Dusk Falls on the late stream. However, no guarantees we'll be able to do that, because we don't know if and when Stray is going to be available for download. Right now, you cannot download Stray, from what I've seen. I actually went over and was going to like pre-download it. Here, let me grab the controller.
And away it goes.
As of last night, it was actually not available for any kind of a early download or anything. And with PlayStation, I hate to say it, but sadly, they do update their store pretty randomly. Sometimes they'll have games that will hit on like a midnight deal. And then others, yeah, I knew it. Here, you click on it. It's just announced. Add to your wish list. That's it. Even though the game comes out tomorrow, even though the game is available for purchase, and if you have PlayStation Plus Premium, it's free, they don't even have a listing on PlayStation Network for you to buy the game and load it at all. It just says, just announced, coming soon. PlayStation Network, man, I don't know, they've always kind of been a little bit behind the curve when it comes to what they do. So, because this is not a high-profile new release, there is absolutely no promise that this game will actually be out in time to be my first stream. Okay, I hope it does. I hope it updates overnight. I can easily download it and have it ready for stream tomorrow. I would like nothing more than that. I absolutely want to play it as the main game tomorrow. But we have to see when they update the store. Worst case scenario, if the store is not updated in time for the stream, we'll play As Dusk Falls first. That's already been guaranteed to be available at 9 a.m. my time tomorrow. Okay.
As if this fucking pig's getting up at 9 a.m. to play that. It will be available at 9 a.m. Aye, right, if a good one. You'll just fucking roll out of bed at 10:30 as usual.
So, you might say, oh, so what's going on tomorrow with these games? Let's talk a little bit about that now, okay? So, Stray. It is a game where you play as a cat. It is a game that is 100% cat focused. Apparently, the developers really put a lot of time and effort into making this game the best cat game ever made, meaning the best game that ever had a cat in it, but it follows the mannerisms and the activities that a real-life cat would do. It has a very interesting plot. All the humans have disappeared, and we're in the future where only robots and animals exist. Humans are extinct. Why? What happened to them? What is going on? Apparently, this is a mystery that you will unveil during the course of Stray. Stray is not a platformer, nor is it an action combat game. It is primarily an exploration and puzzle game, meaning it's not super intensive when it comes to needing quick reactions or anything like that, but you got to use your noggin to figure out how to get around. Can you break open a window and jump inside? Can you platform a unique place? Can you cause a chain reaction by doing something here that makes something else interact with something else, and now you can make progress, you see? There are apparently a few chase sequences and things like that, but for the most part, it's going to be a unique and interesting game. However, I said this yesterday, and I'll say it again, I don't know if it's going to resonate with everyone. I almost feel like Stray will be the kind of game that if you own a cat or ever, had a loving relationship with a cat as a pet, you're probably going to love the game. You're going to think it's one of the best games you've ever played, because it's going to really be the only game to ever focus in on that kind of a special relationship with that domesticated animal, right? But if you're not into cats, you may hate the game. And you know what? I hate to say it, that would be fine, I guess. And I understand that not every game is for everyone. What I'm just hoping is that the entirety of the game is not just about, oh, look, it's a cute cat. Oh, look, he's cleaning. Oh, look, he's playing. Oh, look. I hope that there are elements to the game that are interesting. Like the story, I hope the story is actually good and hooks you and wants you to keep, or makes you want to keep playing, as opposed to just, oh, so there's a cute cat, get enveloped in that, and oh, there's kind of a story, but it's bare bones, just rush through and play as the cat. You know what I'm saying? Most people who have reviewed the game love it. The major praise is that the environments are some of the best designed in a modern game, meaning it seems ultra realistic, but the environments are coolly interactive when you're trying to solve these puzzles to figure out how to traverse them and get around. And apparently the graphics, excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. Apparently the graphics on PS5 are quite good. Like, people are really praising how the game looks on PS5. Very almost photorealistic. So that's cool. That sounds good to me. We revealed yesterday, not to reiterate everything I talked about yesterday, the game has no real platforming. It's not like, oh, there's a time to jump, and if you miss it, you lose a life and you have to go back and try again. It's not like that at all, actually, because they wanted to actually simulate how a cat is. Okay, this stupid tickle.
I'm dying.
Oh, this tickle is bothering me. God damn it. I hate when this happens.
Shut up, bitch!
Oh, hopefully that clears it out. So, yeah, they wanted to simulate how a real cat acts and moves. A real cat is not going to constantly be missing jumps and stumbling around. They wanted to actually simulate the incredible agility and traversal skill of a real cat. Testers who actually were testing the game early on said if there was a version they were playing where there was fails possible in the platforming, it was actually quite jarring and takes you out of the simulation of being a real cat. Excuse me. So, none of that. And again, combat. How much combat realistically do you want to do as this cat? Do you want it to be like a panther mauling things all around it? Or would you rather have it be focused on an interesting world with a good plot and a lot of puzzles, right? So that's what the route that they went. I'm excited for it. Like I said, most outlets have rated this around a 9 out of 10. It seems like it may be one of the better reviewed games of 2022, okay? So I'm all for it. I'm excited, and I really hope it's available as the mainstream tomorrow, that it's downloadable by that, okay? Okay. Oh, the other game, As Dusk Falls. A narrative-based game, all right? Choose your own adventure style. Think the old-school Telltale games like The Walking Dead. Think of games recently from the David Cage studio. I keep forgetting the name of his studio. But games such as Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, Detroit Become Human. It's very much in the same vein as those studios. However, excuse me, some people seem to be very critical of the game, which is interesting to me, that they're saying that the game is so, how can I say? First of all, a lot of people don't like the art style. For those who didn't see the previews of As Dusk Falls, it is not full motion. It's not real-life actors. It's not full 3D. They did a unique 2D art style. These almost like paintings, moving paintings, okay? Personally, it reminds me of all things of a television show that I watched many years ago called Tom Goes to the Mayor. How many of you saw Tom Goes to the Mayor back in the day? Raise your hand right now. I know you know all the Adult Swim fans out there, right, from the 2000s. Those of us who were up in the wee hours of the morning, probably drunk, watching TV. We all know, what I'm talking about, right? Raise your hand. Okay? So we got a show of hands? All right, I can't see your hands. We're over the internet. There's no way I can see it.
Shut the fuck up!
I hear you, and I feel you. I bet a bunch of you have seen it, okay? That show ended up going on to spawn a bunch of other shows, like the Tim and Eric Awesome Show. And there's actually a few other shows that kind of spawned off of that as well that people don't even know about. And then there was a whole era of shows on Adult Swim that were kind of similar. So that show had zero full motion at all. Every character was played by a piece of paper, essentially. And it would be a drawing of a person that would move around, and then it would change to a new drawing, move around, change to a new drawing, move around to simulate the motion of a real person. It was a comedy. It was very funny. It was very weird humor, but it was actually a funny show. I laughed my ass off. For example, it's supposed to be about a small town, and there's a restaurant in town that literally the gimmick of the restaurant is dipping sauces. You pay to go into the restaurant with your own food items. They don't sell you food. You bring your own food, and you dip the food in like 100 different dipping sauces, and you pay to enter to use their dipping sauces. That's the premise of the restaurant. Why not, right? So anyway, yeah, the show was unique in its art style and writing. So when you watch As Dusk Falls, the art style looks almost identical, only instead of like cardboard cutouts or pieces of paper, the characters look like paintings, okay? Which is kind of nice, I feel. The only thing I could really piece together about the plot, because I don't want to spoil myself, so I didn't read any plot synopses or anything, but when they were showing the previews of this game a month or two ago, what was it, early June, when they were showing the previews, basically, it seems like it's a family that kind of gets themselves wrapped up in some kind of a crime, even though they're not really involved. Then they get wrapped up in it, and now they got to try to find a way out of it, and it's like life or death circumstances. Being that it's a choose your own adventure style game, there's going to be different characters you control and play as, and your different choices will create different scenarios that'll pan out differently based on what you did. You know, that spider webbing butterfly effect kind of a deal. In fact, they've already shown that the game will have that kind of timeline. We'll see this choice led to this, but then if you did this choice, it would have branched over here, and you could replay the game, go into different chapters to see how it pans out. So it seems like it's going to be a suspenseful, interesting game in that regard. Most reviewers are actually saying the story is outstanding. I saw one or two reviewers complaining about the gameplay mechanics, which leads me to kind of scratch my head. It's a choose your own adventure game. What gameplay mechanics, right? Like, we all know that it's not going to be a game that's going to have complex mechanics. There's going to be dialogue choices and action choices and probably a few quick time events. And sometimes you're going to have to make spur-of-the-moment decisions that will determine the entirety of where a character goes in a game, if they live or they die. And you might regret your decision and say, oh, shit. But the way these games pan out is that you play through them once, and then you're able to go back and reload from set points in the story and make critical choices a different way and see how that changes the plot. Like, I think Detroit Become Human, how there were some really interesting critical choices you can make where characters would die way early on or would live way longer till like entire extra new sequences at the end of the game, right? And that sounds good to me. So I'm not sure what people are criticizing unless they just don't like this style of game. But it's kind of like, how can I say it? Like, you don't send someone in to review a game that particularly doesn't understand or like a genre of game. You don't send someone in to review a retro game to review a game that's supposed to be a retro throwback. Like, imagine someone who hates old school retro games, and you say, hey, why don't you go review Mega Man 10? It's counterproductive. You know what I mean? Like, the person is not going to get the game. They already said they don't like that style of game. They're not going to be able to objectively review it because they already don't like it. They go in with preconceived notions of what's good in a game. So, yeah, like, I don't understand that whole mentality, but I guess we'll see. You know, I'm excited, tomorrow to check out the game and see what it's all about. If it really is just another narrative-based adventure, as long as the story's good, it's going to hook us, right? I'm going to be excited to see how it pans out. And will I do multiple runs? I don't know. We'll see. You know, take a look at a game like The Quarry, where at first I thought I would be all about the multiple runs, but after playing through it once, I was like, the cringe is enough for me. We'll just redo the end, which we did, and that was the end of the playthrough. As opposed to other games like Detroit Become Human, where I chose to completely replay the game from the start and make different choices, and it did actually change outcomes, which was nice, right? So, I guess we're going to see. Starting tomorrow, and that's going to be the late stream tomorrow, 6:45 p.m., okay? Now, if all goes according to plan, we'll do the same thing again on Wednesday, but I'm already seeing reports saying that Stray is very short. That Stray is maybe, at most, a 4 to 5 hour game. If Stray really is only 4 to 5 hours, then maybe after one major stream, maybe what we should do on Wednesday is flip the streams and do more As Dusk Falls as the daytime stream and Stray as the night stream. That way we don't beat Stray early and we're sitting around with our thumb up our butts wondering what to do. Okay? I guess we'll see. Let's start Stray tomorrow. Let's play it as the main stream. Let's see how much we enjoy it. And then, based off of tomorrow's main stream, we'll make the choice about what order we want to play the games on Wednesday. Okay? But either way, it's all new release content all day Tuesday and all day Wednesday. Okay? Now, I'm off from streaming on Thursday. Friday is highly dependent on how things go. If I've already beaten Stray, then it's out of the rotation, then that's that. And then what we'll do is Friday is the main stream, will be As Dusk Falls, and the late stream will be Capcom Fighting Collection. But again, we don't know. We got to see how long these games are. Maybe I will be playing Stray again on Friday, okay? Then Saturday, again, one of these games will be the mainstream on Saturday. And likely what I'll do Saturday night is Fable, because I haven't played Fable in a while now. And obviously I want to keep it in the rotation actively, so probably Fable would be like Saturday night. And then same thing for the rest of the next streaming week. The daytime streams will be the new games until they're beaten, with night streams varying between Final Fantasy VII and Fable, and a little bit of Capcom Fighting Collection thrown in there, okay? Now, once the new releases end, yes, Final Fantasy VII and Fable will come back to daytime streams. Now, another thing, another factor that has been thrown into the mix here, throwing a monkey wrench into our plans, all right?
Shut up, Phil. Yeah, I noticed that as well, Jeffrey. Well, she said variating. I think I meant to say varying or something like variating. I paused it so I don't have to fucking live. I can play it faster speed again. The more I pause it, the more we can play faster speed, so we can zoom through Phil's bullshit fucking gibbering. We should add made up words to the bingo list. Oh fuck, that's actually a good shout. Butchering the hell out of words. As a Scotsman, I am very happy to butcher the English language. I do it on a regular basis. It is a fantabulous little hobby of mine to butcher the English language on a daily basis. But for seeing Vilda, obviously, he's not trying to fucking date, obviously. He's trying his best to sound smart, and he just makes himself sound like a fucking moron because he can't understand what words are. What was it he got wrong the other day? He couldn't say the word chasm. You know, like a gap, like a chasm, like a big fall off a cliff or something like that. It's a chasm. He said it was a chasm. He was actually calling a chasm a chasm. Phil is so... I just love it when Phil tries to sound smart and he just makes himself sound like the fucking bumbling buffoon that he is. It just is so fucking funny to me. Storm says, I swear a lot of Phil's redundant speeches are a form of brainwashing. He probably does it just because he doesn't have anyone to talk to in real life, but it is a side effect of brainwashing viewers. Yeah, pretty much. This man's a valedictorian and he doesn't know fucking how to say chasm, or doesn't know what a rainy day fund is, or says variating. What the fuck is variating? What the fuck is that? Valedictorian mass. It was actually valedictorian. It's been confirmed. A lot of people don't think it's true for some reason, but it's been confirmed it was. So make of that what you will. The fucking education system in America. This man was valedictorian of his fucking school. This fucking weird creature that doesn't know how to say chasm was somehow valedictorian. Anyway. Let's play again, and I'll play it at 1.25 speed so we can zoom a bit faster through his bullshit gibberish.
I've been told by someone that it's possible I may be able to get a code to be part of the early beta for Multiverses this coming weekend. Excuse me. For those who don't know, Multiverses is the upcoming game that is similar to games such as Super Smash Bros., as well as I would compare it to a game about a decade ago called PlayStation All-Stars, all right? An arena battle game where characters from all these different properties owned essentially by Warner Brothers. So you're talking, you know, the Justice League DC heroes, Scooby-Doo characters, Steven Universe characters, Adventure Time characters, all right, Looney Tunes, all facing off in a combat-style game, all right? I'm interested. I absolutely am. I'm interested to see how this game will play. I don't know. I don't think anyone knows until we get our hands on it. And apparently the earliest beta starts this weekend. But again, not sure. If I get a code, I'll try it out. I might get a code to actually access the game a little early and play the beta this weekend. If I do, absolutely I will play it. Likely as a night stream for an hour or a couple hours. Maybe we'll do it as a couple night streams. I don't know when the beta is running. Now, the open beta is supposed to happen July 26th. So worst case scenario, if I don't get into that beta this weekend, that's perfectly fine. I absolutely will be participating in the open beta on July 26th to give it a shot. Okay? Good stuff. So, for those of you who've been so upset with me, so annoyed with me, so angry, you're full of angst, you're full of rage and disappointment, because all I've been playing is retro games for like a month. This week is your week. This week is definitely your week. With the double new release and then the possibility of the Multiverses beta, there will be new content in the mix outside of the retro games, okay? Good stuff. Okay, outside of everything I just mentioned, let's see what else I want to talk about. First of all, I'd like to direct your attention to this number right here, the members' goal for the month of July. First of all, let me reiterate, we already hit the Tier 1 members goal for the month, which means that on Saturday, July 30th, unless something changes, but that's the date we're going with right now. Saturday, July 30th, we're doing a special marathon event called What's in DSP's Closet. We'll be checking out what is in this closet right over here. I'll give you a preview right now. Are you ready for this? Oh, let's see. What is that? Do I still have this? Wait a minute. No, it's a box. What the hell? I don't think I have this anymore. Maybe that's not a good example to pull out because I don't think I have that anymore. Ah. Here's something incredibly quick and silly that I can preview. All right? Here's an example of something that I have absolutely positively no idea why it's in there.
Can't wait for the fucking lore behind the story. Remember, everything in that closet has a backstory, and an amazing backstory at that. He's got a swivel side socket. I wonder what amazing stories can lead to this purchase. Fucking boring prick.
I'm just messing with you. I want to see how long I could do this without someone saying something. So, what this is a box to the side socket. Do you know what a side socket is? I could show it to you, but if I did, I'd have to unplug half the shit in my room. This is an incredibly useful device. This is a device that turns a standard wall socket, which is only 2 outlets, into a ton of outlets. As you can see, I think it's 8. But the cool thing about this is that you can have it rotate. So normally a socket faces outwards from the wall. But what if you have something in front, like a piece of furniture, like a couch? Now you can't plug anything into it. No, use the side socket. It rotates the sockets to be sideways. And now you can actually plug in sideways, which is really neat. I have one of these downstairs in my living room. And I actually have one of them over there. And that's where I have my air conditioner, my lamp, my fan. And I think there's something else plugged into it as well. Okay? It's a really neat device. So you might say, why do you have this in your closet? I have no fucking idea. Why do I? Why do I have this box in my closet? Likely at one point I bought these for the house, excuse me. I unpacked them, I plugged them in, started using them, and I just tossed this.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Wardle Weeder was saying, he said he has no idea why it's in his closet. Yeah, he literally just said he has one in his fucking room. So it's likely that he just fucking threw the box in there after he used it in his office, in the fucking room, for all his fucking computer shit. He's like, oh, I've got my fucking side socket now for all my office shit. And he just chucked the fucking box towards the closet. And that's where it's fucking been for like 8 years, gathering dust. That'll be the fucking story. You can tune out of that story when Phil tells it on fucking Saturday the 30th or whatever shit, man. He's like, oh, this is an amazing story, guys. So I bought this, and then I plugged it in, and then I threw the box over there, into this closet. Ta-da! What a story. I give him more money so I can tell you more stories about more shit I bought over the years that I completely forgot existed. Yeah, why would you fucking keep that box? Why would you think this box is worth saving? The product? Aye, good product. The box? What the fuck are you thinking? You gonna fucking return it or something? Fucking moron.
It's back into the closet like that, and I never threw it out because I'm stupid. I have a bunch of shit in the closet like that. It's like, why is it in there? It's a story behind it, which is nice. It's a nice little story to talk about what that is. But what was the point of me having that in there? No, there's no. That's what I mean. Like, this is going to be an interesting event. I have a backpack here.
He's very active today, isn't he? That's the first time he's gotten up.
This backpack is the same backpack I used to take to Street Fighter tournaments, conventions. This is the backpack I took with me to E3. All right? We'll go through. It's heavy. There's shit in here we can go through and see what's in the backpack, right?
All that dead weight of Phil's former legacy. What the fuck, man? Imagine actually having a fucking... You probably got some really helpful, useful shit in that. You could have fucking money in there for all he fucking knows. No, it's a third time War Dog. Because he sat down again to show off the box. So he's done it twice in this little segment, War Dog, right? Because it was the first time he picked up a controller, and then twice in this little segment, he went to the closet, came back, showed the box, then he got up again, grabbed the backpack. So that's the third time. I'm counting it as third, personally. But yeah, the second and third time kind of consecutively, almost back to back. Yeah, the Bingo's got to slow down. I'm surprised he's not said see what happens or audition. Audition is something he fucking says a huge amount. It's ridiculous, man. This closet queen will backfire on him. It might, I don't know. You can't have a yard sale inside your house, Phil, says Roach Bear. That's a good point. Oh, you thought I said first time, man, no problem, Murdoch. Understandable. My accent is quite thick, you know, you're like East of Scotland, you know, and like, it can be hard to understand the West of Scotland sometimes. I know it's understandable. Don't worry. The third time.
So anyway, that's just a little preview of what we're going to be doing all day long. There's a ton of stuff in there. It's going to take us, I mean, people are basically trying to write the event off and be like, oh, that's going to be so boring. There's so much shit in there to look at and to explore, and there's a story behind most of it. I guarantee you there's stuff in that backpack that can tell you stuff that are related to different trips and things I've been on. It's going to be neat, okay? So I'm actually really excited for this event, and it's going to be a fun, chill day with no gameplay, but instead just relaxing, talking, shooting the shit, talking about the stuff that's in there. I'm sure we'll just having a good time, right? There will be a Feasting with the King episode during that day as well. So, I think it's going to be a cool day. All right, so that's coming up because we already hit the members goal for the month. But there's a tier 2 members goal, 585 members. If we hit that, we are locking into doing the next React event. It'll be in early August, and we can begin discussion of what it's going to be. Right now, my ideas are either to react to the original This Is How You Don't Play video from over a decade ago, or to watch a new documentary style video. There's 2 channels that I could watch right now. One is Frederick Nudson's channel where he does the Down the Rabbit Hole series, and then there's also June the King's channel where he does his own documentary style. Both of them have covered a variety of content creators and things over the years. I think a video from either channel would be outstanding to react to. And yes, I would say this time, this is kind of heading back into the realm of drama content, right? Content where people kind of shit on people or hating on me or covering not so positive things that have happened to people over the years. I haven't done this in a couple of months, so I'd be okay with jumping back into it this time, okay? But I do have to say, if you take a look, we have basically been slipping when it comes to memberships. At one point, we had 550 something. Now we're
538 members. This is funny to see because he keeps dropping more and more and more. And this is even, keep in mind, he had 60, I think at least 60 gifted members in one go a couple of weeks ago, a week or 2 ago, from somebody to hit his first goal. So he's going to drop down below 500 again easily unless someone else stumps up some more gifted memberships. Yeah, he's definitely annoyed that he's not able to get the fucking goal. This is what I'm saying. This is something Phil is so guilty of all the time. He always sets his targets too high. Oh yeah, the hand graphs. It's a shame it's not part of this fucking bingo card. The hand graphs would have been great for you. Slipping, falling, can't get up. Yeah, but he always fucking points down the way, and of course down that just shows you the fucking direction that's going. The members are going down, 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 because all those gifted memberships are expiring. And anyone that actually did get one, I was like, no, I don't want to fucking keep paying money to subscribe to this guy. He's a fucking weirdo. He keeps asking me for money. Fuck that shit. I'm not going to go sit here and not be ever give this guy money so he can ask me for more money. Fuck that shit. Why would I want to fucking do that? Some people do, obviously. It's not fucking weird.
We're down to 538. So that means people's memberships are lapsing and they're not re-upping their memberships. That's not going to help, all right? Now, tomorrow, we obviously have a new release day, double new releases, and I guarantee you we will have more people on stream tomorrow than we usually do for the retro stuff. So, perhaps tomorrow would be an absolutely great day for people to come by and not only re-up their own memberships or become a member for the first time and get those benefits, but also if people wanted to gift memberships tomorrow.
That's a weird one. It kind of said would be an absolutely great. He kind of added a word in between would, be and great. But listen again.
So, perhaps tomorrow would be an absolutely great day.
So instead of saying would be great, he said would be an absolutely great. I'm counting that. Would everyone agree that's counting? Because it's like he's just thrown a couple of random adjectives in there in between, but that is essentially would be great. Yeah. Would be great. That's another bingo then. That's another bingo. We've got diagonal. There we go. The horn's going. Fucking hooray.
For people to come by and not only re-up their own memberships or become a member for the first time and get those benefits, but also if people wanted to gift memberships, tomorrow might be a great day because we're going to have a lot more people on stream than usual. All right? So, just saying. Maybe if you were trying to help us hit this goal, tomorrow would be a great day to work on that. All right? Fair enough? So, all that being said, I'm excited for this coming week and everything. And I hope that it sounds good to you. All right? Fair enough? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, the last few days we've been talking about PC components. We talked about CPUs. We talked about GPUs. We talked about RAM yesterday. Sadly, there's no consensus on the RAM. I still don't know if I should get DDR4 or DDR5. I still don't know if I should go with 16 gigabytes or 32 gigabytes. Seems like there's a big disagreement about this right now, and people are kind of arguing in circles. I'm not surprised. I was kind of warned about this by a few people saying if you are going to rely on the public to tell you what you need for this PC, you're likely going to get so many conflicting opinions, it's going to be very hard to figure it out, right? Today, I'd like to move on from that topic, and I would like to discuss a few other things, okay? Hold on.
Was on his phone.
Hold on.
Well, it's no wonder you don't have any friends.
Okay. I'm trying to find the emails here. So, what would I like to talk about today? Well, what's left? Capture device, camera, power supply, hard drives. That's really the four major things left. And of course, outside of that, lighting and a way to make everything basically shoot better in this room, right? So, in regards to a capture device, all right, here's basically what I've seen. I don't even need to read data because I've kind of read and summarized for myself today what people are saying about capture devices, okay? There are still internal and external, okay? They still exist, where you can choose. Some people prefer the internal. The internals seem to have more standard options that are basically like 4K capture and streaming. Am I looking to do 4K and capture and streaming today? Absolutely not. I don't see the purpose. Even if I could do it, which I think I could if I really wanted to, I think I have the internet capability to do it. No one can watch a 4K. No one. The internet just can't handle it. The whole deal with American infrastructure of internet is that it's just not there yet to be watching 4K video streamed. It's just not, okay? So that being said, excuse me. Would I like to get a capture device that does up to 4K? I mean, sure, but I absolutely know I'm not going to be taking advantage of that anytime soon. It may be years until infrastructure of the internet updates to a point where we can all watch 4K, and then everyone wants it, right? Like right now, I'm gaming at 1080p. My TV can go up to 4K, but my limitations are 1080p right now, so I play at 1080p. I don't even have HDR enabled in any of my games because my capture device can't handle HDR. I'm sure all the modern capture devices probably do HDR now, but mine didn't. Mine's very outdated, incredibly outdated. Mine is over 8 years old, actually. And it definitely wasn't future-proofed in any way. It was like whatever the technology was at the time. It was top of the line at the time, but a lot changes in 8 years, you know? Honestly, I would prefer an internal capture device. And here's the reason why I really feel, it's a very practical reason why I would prefer an internal capture device, okay? My current device is external. It sits on the floor over there. It has a USB cord coming from the back of my PC to it. It sits in the middle of my floor. And then from there, an HDMI cable goes from that to my HDMI splitter, which is coming out of my AV setup over here. Okay? Now, here's the deal. That device, over the years, wore out. It still works. It's still great for encoding. You see gameplay and things every day, right? But the thing has become incredibly finicky. Seriously, incredibly finicky. You touch it the wrong way, and it goes disconnected from your PC. And now when it disconnects, you have to completely restart any capture stuff running, OBS, any other capture software, to get it to be re-recognized by the PC. So, for example, right now, I'm streaming for you guys, and let's say I'm playing a game, and I say, oh, I want to blow my nose, and I get up and I walk and I grab a tissue. If my toe accidentally taps the capture device or a cable attached to it, the device disconnects from the PC. And now I'm fucked. Now I gotta completely turn off my stream, restart my whole setup. It's annoying. And that's obviously something that happens over time. Things wear out. It's likely one of, if not multiple ports on the thing that have worn out that are just jittery. An internal capture device is not gonna have that issue. In fact, what it'll be is one cord, me plugging in that HDMI splitter that I have over there to my PC, right? That's it. I won't have to worry about having a USB cord running across the floor. Now it sits in the middle. Now I'm also aware that longer cords degrade quality. That's what I'm told. The longer the cord, the lower the quality. I'd likely have to go for a really high-end cable of some sort to figure out how to do this, or if I have to couple cables, whatever it would be, to run it from one end of my room to the other end of my room where the PC is going to be. I have to figure this out, okay? Maybe it's not true anymore. It used to be true 8 to 10 years ago. Maybe it's not true anymore, but that's what I was to understand, is the longer the cable, you'll degrade the quality, okay? Okay. Now, another thing to factor in here is that I don't know if my HDMI splitter over there actually can handle what I want to do. In fact, let me take a quick look at it. I haven't looked at this thing in many years. I bought it a few years ago. Vork.
4 times he stood up now. 4 times. He is very active today. Never seen him so
It's a
active.
pretty good one. It's not a cheap one. This HDMI splitter that I have, it's not a cheap one. I had a cheap one for many years, and then I'd say probably 2018. I upgraded my equipment at that point to get a better splitter, and I upgraded all the HDMI wires to the highest standard at the time, so that basically it would not cause it. At that point, I was having a lot of issues. Some of these consoles were having issues capturing, so I figured if I update the whole setup, it would fix it. It actually did fix a lot of my issues that I had with cables not being recognized and stuff. There was a time when, at the time that I tried to play on either PS4 or Xbox One, I was getting an error, no video out. I was like, what the fuck is causing this? If you haven't noticed, I don't have those issues now with PS5 and Xbox Series X, and I think it's because I upgraded all my cables and shit about 4 years ago. Okay? So, would I upgrade my HDMI splitter and cables? Maybe. But that would be separate from the PC. That would be something I'd probably do separately. I think it might be all right. I'm pretty sure everything there is actually does 4K and HDR. Like the setup there that I currently have, I'm pretty sure does support all of that. I know for a fact my TV supports HDR and 4K. So, Impoverished Baxter Investor says you don't need to use a splitter anymore. Capture cards have have video pass through. You run HDMI from the computer to the TV. That wouldn't work. You would have to just think about this. You're telling me that you would want me to run a cable directly from a console across my room to the back of my PC, then run a second cable all the way across my room to my TV. You want me to double up on the amount of cables that I have running through my room, right? Also, that would mean, let me think about this. That would mean that one cable, well, I guess it's kind of similar to what I do now. Right now, the way I've done it is I split it up a little bit. I have one cable for the Switch, and I have one cable that I use to alternate between the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, and I'll swap between. But I don't know if that would make sense. Again, basically, if the HDMI capabilities are there to run these cables across my room, and it would not degrade the video quality, maybe I would do it like that, and that would clean up a lot, because right now I've got 4 different HDMI cables plus a power cable for that HDMI splitter over there. And maybe if I were to abolish all of that and just have 2 wires, one going to the PC, one going back from the PC to the TV, that could actually clean up this mess a little bit that I have over there. I am a little concerned about power consumption, because basically when you think about this, right now, the way that the HDMI device works, it has its own power supply. So HDMI comes out of a console, goes into that splitter, one cable goes to the TV, one goes to the PC, and you need a power supply for that splitter. Now you're talking about, instead of that, it's just going to be the video card. Wouldn't the video card need its own power?
What the fuck's happening with his fucking arm?
So it's going to draw a lot from your PC power supply then.
What the fuck's going on? I think he must be jiggled, his knee must be bouncing like a motherfucker, it happens sometimes. Yeah, he's got like restless leg syndrome or some pitch, man. His knee will just fucking bounce up and down ridiculously fast, out of control. And his hand must be on his leg right now as well, so it's just doing this.
To do that, no. To split the HDMI.
Remember, this is 1.25 speed, so it's not actually going this fast, but...
In which case, do you really want to do that? Do you want to have that be a draw on your power supply, on your PC?
Restless leg syndrome. It's a good one, TJ. He's nervous as fuck because he knows he's lying. Look at that fucking face, man. That fucking face. How's that for a pause right there, guys? This is a face of a positive individual that all he wants in life is every single penny you fucking have so he can spend it all now. That's all he wants, guys. He's not asking for much.
These are all things to think about. Maybe I should splurge for a higher end power supply, so that way even if the video card ends up drawing extra power to do the HDMI splitting portion of this, that it wouldn't bring down the power supply at all.
Maybe I should splurge. Are you sure about that, Phil? Maybe I should splurge? That's not usually how it goes. I should splurge. Let's translate that. Maybe the whales should step up in their contributions so Phil can splurge all in one go.
Right? No, that's what I'm saying. The video pass-through is on the capture card, not the video card. That's exactly what I'm saying. The capture card would be doing all this extra work. So it's going to draw more power from your power supply. So there you go. Okay, anyway, you see what I'm saying. So, okay, that's something to do. And people, what I'm being told is, essentially the era of 1080p capture devices are pretty much shot. I would end up having to get, if I want to get a good up-to-date capture device, it would have to be a 4K capture device, but then just use the 1080p feature as opposed to using the full 4K, which I guess I'm fine with.
This is going to sound a bit dumb of me, but why can't he just capture anyway, stream and record in 4K, and then his fans can decide whether they want 4K quality or lower it? Because of YouTube, you can obviously fucking pick your quality on YouTube. I don't understand why Phil is dead set on not going for 4K if it's an option to upgrade. I mean, I stick to like 1080p. Could I go higher? Possibly. I don't know, I've not really experimented with it. I don't feel I need to either. It's fucking Phil. Who wants to see Phil in 4K? For bingo? Fuck that shit. His internet connection can't do 4K. His uploads can. No. What about then if he streams? He streams 1080p but captures in 4K. Would that be possible for him? Surely it would be possible. I assume that'd be a possibility for him. And that means that the on-demand viewers get a higher quality product, which would encourage more people to watch his content after he's done live streaming it. I think that would be a win-win for Phil, arguably. Is that to me, that sounds like a potentially solid idea. But then again, you know, Phil's going to just fucking go, it's going to take up so much power, and it's going to try to encode one thing and stream it another thing, and oh no, the power consumption, and what about my GPU and all that shit, and like fucking usual fucking gibberish from him. But yeah, I mean, I think it personally be a good thing for Phil and his fans if he manages to like stream at 1080p and also record in 4K. It means he can deliver a higher quality product for his dumbass fans to enjoy 4K on-demand footage if they have the capability of enjoying that. Prophet says 10 megabytes per second up is not enough for 4K. He needs minimum 25 megabytes to 35 megabytes per second. So there we go. And other people are just saying what they can do. Like some people can manage it, some people can't. I've not tested it myself. I think technically my internet's decent, but it's also temperamental, so I'm not surprised that the recommended settings were 1080p, essentially. I in OBS, I just let that determine the best settings for me, and it just picked this, essentially. And I'm not going to fucking argue with that, so. Max for 1080p is 8 megabytes per second. Okay, there we go.
That's what I would have to do. I'm also being told there's two different companies that do this, Elgato and AverMedia. AverMedia is who I use right now. Like, AverMedia is the external capture device I've used for the past 8 years. That's who I've been using without issue, pretty much. So I would say I think AverMedia would be trustworthy because I've used their damn thing for 8 years and had no problems. I had an Elgato, all right? I did a long time ago. It never really worked right. My Elgato had like it was supposed to out of the box work with component and stuff, and it didn't. The component stuff never worked right on it, and also it was never really the right resolution it was supposed to be. So I don't know if I would want to go with an Elgato. I might go for an AverMedia.
I used to stream on Elgato. Like, some of my old fucking FIFA footage was an Elgato from like 2013 onwards or something, 2012, I can't mind. But I used to have a Dazzle video capture thing, because I had an old busted TV as well. I had this kind of old VHS television combo thing, so it wasn't even like HD shit, you know. So I used a Dazzle capture device just to kind of try and capture as best as I can. And I went and got myself a wee brand new TV, which was a HD TV, and I got myself an Elgato as well. I splurged on myself to enjoy higher quality shit, and also made fucking old shit FIFA videos, you know. But the Elgato for me worked for the most part quite fine. It was a bit, very occasionally it would have hiccups, but for the most part, Elgato was perfectly fucking fine for my needs. It worked. So I used it on my PlayStation 2, I believe. I was connected to that technically, and yeah, and obviously that connected between fucking the PlayStation and the PC was Elgato, I think. So it wasn't an internal Elgato device; it was an external. So, but for me, it was perfectly fucking fine. But yeah, I mean, fucking I had no problems with Elgato whatsoever, you know, that was fucking longer than Phil was actually talking about, you know. That was over a decade ago, essentially. Deadhead Comics says, Rangers are right. I mean, each to their own. Random outburst from Deadhead Comics, but yeah, there you go. Meth Bear says he wants to spend as little as possible, pocket the rest, and claim he spent all the money or more out of his pocket. So, is the way to go for it. So Bankleak says 4K 60 Pro is the way to go for external. Okay. Deadhead Comics is fine. I assume Deadhead Comics then as a Celtic fan, if he's mocking the Rangers, usually it's a funny thing in Scotland, but you know, most people, if they're into football in Scotland, well, I say most people, it's very common to be asked if you're a football fan in Scotland. It's like, so who do you support, Rangers or Celtic? As if there are only two teams to exist in Scotland. There's obviously a plethora of different football teams in Scotland, but obviously those are the two biggest ones, and then you got Aberdeen and Dundee United, not sure, but it's just funny seeing Rangers get mentioned. It's okay, so Deadhead Comics is actually a highbie. Hibs, aka Celtic's old feeder club.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you, Derek Jones, for the subscription. Much appreciated. Now, all people are just sharing their fucking Scottish football teams that they support in chat. Word Dog's an Ayr United fan. What's her nickname again? Ayr United have a nickname, don't they? What is it? What is the nickname? Ayr United, like it's no. What is the nickname? Can't even mind. And dashes into Kilmarnock, so that's the honest men. That's what it is. Ward Dog, the honest men. And some people supporting Berwick Rangers. Is that Berwick? That's the Berwick in Scotland. They're technically in England, aren't they? Or some of Berwick is technically in England. The most southern Scottish football team. But there you go. Man, yeah, it's good stuff. But yeah, it's plenty of Scottish football teams anyway to enjoy. Actually, just mentioning football teams he knows. Christ, man. I'm a supporter of LA Galaxy. Yes, I'm from the US. Nothing wrong with that. NATO running. It's good to see the football in America, and soccer in America. It's good to see it actually getting better. They've actually had a couple of good signings. They've signed a couple of Italian players. Toronto, I think it was. I've signed Lorenzo Insigne and also a guy from Juventus as well. I think it's a winger from Juventus that have signed for Toronto. So these are actually Insigne's a solid wee player, and that's a big signing for Toronto. He's going to tear it up there for sure. You got to imagine, because he was an absolute baller for Napoli, and the fact that he's gone to, obviously of course, Los Angeles Football Club, LAFC, signed Gareth Bale, one of the biggest players in the world. He's a fantastic player. So yeah, it's good to see his football getting more prominent as well in America and seeing the game grow properly. Berwick upon Tweed in England, but they were allowed into the Scottish League because it'd be easier for them to travel. Berwick Rangers v Southampton or Plymouth Argyle would be a heck of a trip. I guess understandable. I mean, it's one of those things though, but now you've got fucking Ross County involved, so Berwick to Ross County. I mean, as a distinct, I'm sure that's probably actually happened before, I imagine, I assume. Oh, sorry, can't mean, we're talking about football and he's falling asleep. We should play them, we'll keep playing. We're getting excited about football talking, I do apologise, but I do love my football, guys. It's one of my passions in life, football as well, so it is what it is. But let's continue on with the podcast, we're behind.
Battle Duck is saying Black Magic Design is a good company as well. No exaggeration, I think I have a Black Magic capture device in my closet. It's like 10 years old. That's one of the things we'll be looking at when I go through my closet. I have some really outdated capture stuff in there that I bought at one time not knowing if I was going to need it, and I never used it. It just sat there. Okay? So, all right. So it sounds to me, see, this is good. We're just talking through this a little bit, and we're figuring stuff out. Sounds to me, I'm going to want to go with internal. I'm going to probably want to go with AverMedia, and it sounds like I'm probably going to need something that's 4K because that's the standard now. I don't want to try to find a 1080p just because I know for now I don't want to do 4K. Doesn't mean in the future I don't want to. Plus, if that's the standard now, get an internal that's 4K, and maybe this will be really cool because we'll be able to cut down on the wire management in my office, get rid of that splitter and all those 100 cables over there, and instead just have one cable running from my console to the computer and then another cable running back from the computer back to the TV, I would have to purchase a bunch of new cables, longer HDMI cables, and I would hope that there is a standard of HDMI cable I can buy that will not degrade the video signal and the audio signal. I don't know, but that's what we'd have to look into to figure that out, okay? Okay. So there's your answer. All right, that's the capture device. We got that out of the way. Hard drives. So let's have a discussion about hard drives, all right? From what I'm to understand, there's still kind of a discrepancy because a lot of people are 100% of the opinion you should have all SSDs, solid state drives. Others are like, no, you should have a solid state drive for your OS hard drive, the one that has your operating system on it, and core programs. But you absolutely should have a standard hard drive, the older style, for storing all of your data. And I guess there's still a big price discrepancy. Like SSDs are still way more expensive as opposed to standard hard drives. Right? My current PC, that's exactly how it's set up. I have a relatively smaller SSD on which the operating system and a few programs are stored. Then I have a hard drive that's an extra hard drive. That's what I store all my video files on every single day. That is the hard drive that's having the issues and starting to malfunction because that's where the videos are corrupting. It's recording there and then the videos are corrupted. So I think that hard drive may have a bad sector or sectors that is being reused, and then every time it records and reuses on that sector, it fucks up. The problem is I am having my PC run regularly. Defrag and all that on that hard drive, and it says there's no issues with it. I checked it. No, there's no issues. It's clean. It's good. Yeah, I'm still getting corrupted videos, so obviously something's up with it, right?
Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah, money, money.
Thank you very much, BlackMage606 for a super chat. It says, let's have a discussion about Suicide. I have no idea what it is, and I don't want to know. It sounds fucking terrifying. I'm just going to keep playing the video now. But fine, but bullshit, there's more.
Yeah, yeah, money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah, money, money.
Thank you very much to Quimstar for subscribing to the channel, much appreciated. Thank you once again, BlackMage, for the super chat, much appreciated. I am terrified to learn what Suicide is, but no, ignorance is bliss, and I'll stay happy. Thank you.
Now, here's something that absolutely always got me, all right? Give me a second for this one. I want to go to my PC and take a quick look, and I want to share some data with you guys, all right?
That's the 5th time this motherfucker stood up from his chair. What the hell's going on with him today? Is he on cocaine or something?
Here. Yeah.
Phil, you make me angry, Phil.
Nothing. Okay.
Know your role and shut your mouth.
My current PC, all right? Some of you might be shocked and horrified by what I'm about to tell you. I swear when I bought this PC 8 years ago, I thought they had told me that the OS hard drive, the solid state drive, okay, that was coming with it was going to be 500 gigabytes. And they said, don't worry, even though that sounds small, that's more than enough to house your operating system and any core programs, and that's all you're ever going to put on that hard drive. So you don't have to worry. It's not going to be an issue. Anything you want to store outside of that, you're going to be installing on the separate hard drive, and you're going to have room there, because that separate hard drive is like huge. I want to say it's like many terabytes. Okay, I'm not sure exactly how many, but a lot, like a ton. It's really, really large. Okay, so here's what happened. The PC showed up. The first thing I did, of course, was look at hard drive space. Immediately it said, oh, your hard drive is only 237 gigabytes, your solid state drive. And I was like, what? What the fuck? So even though it was supposed to be like a 500 gigabyte hard drive, only 237 is usable. And I never really understood that. I don't know if that means that the operating system has its own spot on the hard drive and took up a giant portion of it, and therefore I can only use 237. But here's the really weird thing, all right, about this. The hard drive has been full forever. And what I mean by that is like within a year to a year and a half of me owning this PC, without ever really installing much. I mean, what did I install? I used to use XSplit as my capture device, or my capture software, okay? Obviously the AVS drivers for the capture devices in there. I think at one point I did have some video editing software installed. Like I think at one point I did have Adobe Premiere on there and a few other softwares from Adobe, okay? And that's it. Any other games that I bought, I installed to the other hard drive. Any videos that I made, I recorded to the other hard drive, okay? I don't exaggerate, and I'm not kidding you. The hard drive says it has 14 gigs free and is in a red status, full. It has been like this literally forever. Like, I think it was a year after I bought the computer, it was claiming that the hard drive was about to be full. And I'm like, what are you talking about? All I have on there is the operating system and a few basic programs. How could it fucking be full? I'm not storing any files on this hard drive. At one point, it was an issue where when I was using Adobe Premiere, it was telling me that, oh, even the cache, there's no room for the cache to make this video. So I had to start telling it to take free space off of the other hard drive as what they call a scratch disk for video editing because I couldn't do it on my main hard drive. There was no room for it. So I honestly don't know what happened. I don't know why this thing claimed to have way less storage space when I bought it than I thought it was going to have. And then within a year of having it, it's in the red, and it's literally been in the red for 7 years. I've tried going in there and uninstalling shit that I don't need. I've deleted any storage I've seen on it. It still says there's only 14 gigs left. I don't know what's on. Today, I don't use any video editor. I don't use any program on there but the OS now. And it still says there's only 14 gigs open space on it. So I have absolutely positively no clue what's going on with it. I don't know why that's happening. You know, I'm stumped as to what is going on with it. That it says that there's so little space on it. I'm at a loss. Okay. So what most people are saying is, absolutely with this new PC, the main hard drive should be an SSD and it should be a terabyte at the least. You need a terabyte. I have to agree with you. Even if it's more expensive, I'm feeling if I get that terabyte hard drive, I won't have this issue. Especially because, again, today, I'm not even running video editors or anything. The only programs I have running is the operating system and OBS. Like, that's it. There's nothing else running. So I don't know what the hell is going on, right? SSD of 1 terabyte is now the standard. Big Meat says if you get a 4 terabyte, you'll future-proof yourself. Ford Jeff is saying, I think it should be a 2 gigabyte SSD. 500 gigabytes is currently the minimum. 1 terabyte is good for safety. Okay. Hobo X says, if you're not storing videos long-term anymore, you could just get a 1 terabyte SSD and don't even get a second drive. No, I'm definitely getting a second drive. I'm not fucking with that. I'm not putting videos on there at all. I want it to be on a separate hard drive. That way, if you have an issue with corruption or whatever, it's somewhere separate. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine if my fucking SSD was corrupting and now I can't even run my OS? Oh my God, that's a terrible, terrible idea in my opinion. In addition, okay, I do store videos temporarily. Allow me to explain. You guys don't even know because you don't know my day-to-day stuff, what I do, right? So, every day I record videos. I store them in folders locally on that hard drive, the separate hard drive. I think I might call it the E drive or something like that. Okay, and I upload directly from there. I save those videos. Now, what I do is I retain those videos for a while until the hard drive is almost full. Then I look at them and I say, okay, let's take a look at all the games I played this year. What here would be a contender possibly for Game of the Year, and what would be a contender for most disappointing Game of the Year? What I'll then do, let's say, for example, with Elden Ring. I know Elden Ring will be in my Game of the Year awards. So what I purposely do is I save maybe 2 or 3 folders worth of videos. What ones? It's completely random. I just go through, let's say the Elden Ring was 50 folders. I'll delete 47 of the folders, and I'll save 3. So now when we're at the end of the year, and I'm starting to think about my year-end series, I go through those folders and I watch a few of the videos to give myself a refresher on that game. Oh yeah, I remember this and that about it, watching it back now, I get it. And then I can draw upon those videos as a means to have footage for when I do my year-end series. That way, I'm not scrambling to go through my YouTube archives of everything I uploaded that year and start downloading those files off the internet, which is stupid. Instead, I have them all already, and I can just literally save several videos and put them in a separate folder, say, here's my Game of the Year awards. Here's my most disappointing games countdown. Just a series of videos I played, you see? So I absolutely do need a hard drive to store videos. It's not like I just record, upload, and immediately can delete, and they're done. There's a lot of situations where I save certain content till the end of the year to figure out what's going to be my year-end series, and then I do like a cleansing in January when the year-end series is done. You see? So there you go. So what I'm seeing here, people are still suggesting 2 hard drives, SSD for the OS, probably a minimum of a terabyte, if not a little more, and definitely a separate hard drive for the storage of the videos. All right, so in this regard, not much has changed at all. It sounds like it's kind of how it used to be, only I definitely need a bigger OS SSD because I got essentially shafted with this PC. I always had not enough storage space on that SSD. It was always an issue. Okay. Okay, sounds good. So we got 2 more pieces of the puzzle today. I want an internal capture device. I want one that'll do 4K and HDR because those are likely the standard now. I'll be able to run cables across my room because it has pass-through now. So I would either easily be able to have the video feed come in to the card and then go back out to the TV via the PC. I won't need a splitter anymore, and 100 other extra cables can now be abolished. That's good. That's a really good thing that I wouldn't need that stuff anymore. And now we got our answers for hard drives as well. So there you go. I'm happy. This is good. This is all good news. This is all good information. All right. So what we'll do tomorrow, perhaps we can talk about maybe cameras, like web cameras and or other cameras that you can plug into a PC to get a feed. That would be what I record here for Facecam and for the podcast. I think we should also talk power supplies because I don't know anything about power supplies anymore. I'm completely out of the loop with that. There used to be that power supplies were specific to motherboards, but motherboards were specific to processors. So your power supply had to be in line with the motherboard and the processor in order to get it to work, right? Keep in mind, another thing we want to talk about is cooling for this thing, and then we want to talk about lighting and the setup for the office for the visuals. Okay? I think that was a good discussion. I'm being told by B-Boy Cyclone I have the wrong thumbnail. You're absolutely correct. I do. Let me fix this right now. I put part 21 thumbnail on part 20 for Final Fantasy, and I can fix that immediately.
Actually, I noticed that as well fucking earlier on this morning. He didn't realise it until this time. He didn't realise all this time that he had the wrong goddamn thumbnail until now. This morning, when I made a video this morning, and also getting to the... I used Phil's pre-stream podcast, which he has said on his channel. And while I was getting that video up, I seen in his list that he had the wrong goddamn thumbnail. He had like 18, 19, then straight to 21. In the wrong order, of course, anyway. As is Phil's usual style of uploading in a fucking weird manner. But he had the wrong, completely wrong fucking thumbnail. This guy alleges to babysit his uploads. He claims he babysits his uploads after he's finished to make sure they go up okay and there's no problems. And yet, he didn't realise this was the wrong goddamn thumbnail the whole entire time. He didn't check. Nothing seemed strange with that. Bullshit. He does not babysit his uploads. He fucking just drags them all into YouTube or whatever and just fucking walks out the room and has a drink or some pish while it fucking does its thing to upload. There's no way this idiot babysits his goddamn uploads. No fucking way.
It should be 20. There you go. Saving right now. How's that for an on-the-fly fix? It should say 20 now if you refresh. Boom. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do shout-outs. This has been a very... I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really enjoyed this discussion this week. This PC discussion. I know for some people this is boring as dirt. This is really helping me because I'm now learning the new standards of hardware for PCs, which I didn't know. You know, I'm so outdated in my thinking because I haven't built a PC in so long. And you guys are now explaining the new standards and everything. And this is actually an education. It's actually... I feel like this is really useful time. Some people think this is a waste. I think it's good. I'm learning, man. Every day I'm learning a little more, right? Okay. Let's do shout-outs. So, on the YouTube side of things... we have several shout-outs to do. We start off today with a shout-out to BattleDuck9000, who re-upped his membership for 14 months and says, 13, lucky number, party hard. Actually, according to YouTube, it's 14. YouTube's a little weird. What they do is they always count whatever month you're entering rather than the month you just completed. So you just completed your 13th month. You think, oh, it should say it's the 13-month anniversary. No, YouTube says it's your 14-month anniversary because you're starting your 14th month as a member. I know that sounds weird, but that's what it says, okay? So thank you for that. Thank you for the ongoing support, BattleDuck. B-Boy Cyclone, re-upped his membership for 15 months. It says, what's up, Phil? A lot today. A lot of exciting stuff is going to go down today. Okay, excellent. Thank you for the re-upping of your membership. Spartaneous One has done a $5 super chat and says, if you have downtime from Super Mario 2 tonight, consider watching the original Andy Dick cameo at 6 minutes long. I'm not doing React content tonight. No, we've already talked about this. That what we could do is we can maybe save some React stuff for future events. Like let's say, for example, we hit the members goal for the month. All right, and we lock into doing one of the documentaries or reacting to This Is How You Don't Play. But let's say we end up having some extra time. Now what I can maybe do is go and watch some of these cameo videos that people have done to have these celebrities basically talk shit about me or say silly things. I can react to those. I have never seen them before. I've heard a few clips or heard what people have said. I've never actually watched any of them, okay? Okay, fair enough. Jernbeck became a member today. Re-upped their membership. Thank you, Jernbeck, for the support. I appreciate that, man. Okay, now we go to the tip side of things. Anso Kamaru is our first tipper of the day, $1.50 tip. And Anso Kamaru says the following. As Dusk Falls is very similar to the vast majority of Japanese visual novels in structure, you'll need to go through all the routes, learn the full story, and then unlock the true final route. It's weird and interesting to see a Western game do that. Alright, I don't know if I've even experienced one do it like that before. Well, let's see tomorrow. Let's see what it's all about. I'm excited. I hope the story is good. And then B-Boy Cyclone has to be $4.20, which is the biggest tip of the day so far. Thank you, B-Boy. B-Boy says... spreading the love on my B-Day, Phil. Wow, happy B-Day to B-Boy Cyclone. Hope you're having a good birthday. Hopefully you got some fun stuff planned. Maybe some special stuff. Maybe a nice meal, a cake or something, right? That'd be nice. You have a favorite sci-fi movie? Mine's better Terminator 2 and Blade Runner. I don't think he meant to say that. I think he might have auto-corrected or something, right? Yeah, I think that he auto-corrected. I think what he meant to say is Terminator 2 and Blade Runner are his favorites. Sci-fi. Oh, man. See? Man. Is Terminator 2 a pure sci-fi movie? I mean, it's set in modern day, not the future. Most of the movie, anyway. I mean, yeah, there's future...
Is it a motherfucker for real? It's Terminator. It's a fucking robot from the fucking future that gets sent back in time to protect him. It's some kid. Of course it's a fucking sci-fi movie, you fucking moron.
Tech in it, but at the same time, I would say it's more of an action, suspense, horror movie than a sci-fi movie, right? Like, for example, Prophet just said Matrix. Would you consider Matrix a sci-fi movie? I guess my question...
Yes, Matrix is kind of sci-fi. It's science fiction. What does Phil think sci-fi means? Does he think it's space? Is Phil thinking sci-fi just means space? Is that what it is? Sci-fi literally means science fiction, and it's a case of like science going crazy and being mad, geniuses in terms of going. It's also about the what ifs, and all that shit, and the kind of it's imagination overload essentially for all this kind of shit. And I cannot believe this guy is questioning whether Terminator and fucking Matrix is sci-fi. They're two of the most prominent sci-fi movies you can think of, I'd argue, especially the last 20 years or so, 30 years even. Fucking when you talk about Terminator. I mean, Terminator 2 is one of the great movies. Terminator 1, so, you know what I mean? Terminator 2, just fucking the absolute dog's bollocks. Matrix, I know, is hit and miss with some people, but I'm saying these are definitely, undoubtedly, sci-fi movies. They can be more than one thing, though, of course. It doesn't just have to be one damn thing. Of course, Terminator's fucking action as well. A whole lot of action scenes in it. It has some drama as well, you could argue, with the fucking plot and all shit. So it's action, it's drama, but yes, it is undoubtedly sci-fi because there's a fucking robot from the goddamn future sent back in time to protect John Connor from another robot from the future that's trying to kill him. Of course it's fucking sci-fi.
What's categorized as sci-fi? And then maybe once I understand the category better, then I can make a decision. I'm not exactly sure what's sci-fi and what's not. T2 is sci-fi for sure. Sci-fi can take place in the modern day. That's what I'm being told.
Back to the Future. Back to the Future sci-fi, but Phil would probably think it's not technically sci-fi because it involves going back in time. Phil does not understand shit. This guy was a valedictorian and he doesn't understand what science fiction means. Does he even know sci-fi stands for science fiction? I'm very curious.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much for the super chat, Black Matrix 6, and he asks, is Johnny Mnemonic sci-fi dude? I don't know. No, Johnny Bravo is, that's for damn sure. This Flubber science fiction, Jesus, Flubber, man. That's a great movie. It's a great shit movie, Flubber. It's a great shit movie. God damn, man. There's so many things, man, that I don't think Phil understands what sci-fi means. I know I don't.
Here we go. A literal plot device, science fiction. Is Aliens sci-fi horror? So the question is, Aliens is absolutely one of the best style of movie like that. So I would say Aliens always will rank up there, and that's my favorite. Of all the Alien movies, Aliens, which is Alien 2 essentially, is the best one. It's action, it's great funny dialogue, camaraderie with this crew of Space Marines. It's a ton of horror. It's got a lot of fun in it. It's really exciting. It's a great movie. So I would definitely say Aliens is up there for me. Oh, God. I mean, if Terminator 2 is sci-fi, then yeah. I don't think anyone's going to disagree. It's such an insanely good movie. It's a popcorn flick that doesn't want you to think it's a popcorn flick, because it actually makes you think and feel, which a lot of popcorn flicks don't. They're just like, oh, explosions, pretty things, right? It's better than that. I guess that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Aliens and Terminator 2. There you go. Or Predator. If Predator is sci-fi, Predator 1 is a really great movie. I've watched Predator 1 quite a lot. Okay. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we got a little bit of extra time. All right, if you'd like to tag me in the chat with any questions. We have a little bit of time for Q&A here. All right. Predator is actually categorized as romance. Okay, never mind. Then it's not Predator. It's romance. You know, I'm one of these people who, I'm probably in the big minority. I hated Blade Runner. I saw it. I just don't like it. I was bored to tears. I thought it was one of the most boring movies I'd ever seen. A futuristic sci-fi, what do they call that? Dystopia? My God, it was a boring world. I was like, dude, I don't know if I would want to ever live there or experience that, so I'd fall asleep. Like, what was so exciting about that movie exactly? I didn't see Top Gun 2, so I can't comment on it. And I also haven't seen Top Gun 1 in a zillion years. So I'd have to rewatch Top Gun 1 to even have a frame of reference. Did I enjoy Alien Isolation? I loved it. Shout out to Rob on Wheels, who just re-upped his membership for 15 months at the super supporter level as well. He says, I'm intrigued for tomorrow, for the double new release day, that is. It's ridiculously hot in Southeast England today. I'm sorry to hear that. I heard England is having an insane heat wave, right? Like, you guys are having unprecedented heat. That's essentially what we had here last year. Last year, we hit temperatures of 111 degrees, which we've never had here before. It sounds like you guys are getting the worst of it right now. Okay. Taco Zilla says, I think Blade Runner might have been a movie for its time. It was enjoyed for its great special effect, but now today it doesn't really hold up anymore. Interesting. God says, how well do you think Persona games run in Switch? I have no idea, man. I would hope they run good, but that doesn't mean nothing. A lot of games that are designed specifically for the Switch run terribly, so who knows? Barrel Shroud re-upped his membership for 15 months. Thank you, Barrel Shroud. He says, will movie theaters make comebacks like before COVID? I think they have. I don't know where you live, but they have. Like, theaters are getting tons of great great sales again for movies. The big blockbusters are making tons of money. I think we're kind of back to normal in that regard. Shia says, I read this trade about 8 hours if you want to see everything in the game. Hold on. I also saw it's going to be available to download at 1 a.m. PST, so I'll be able to download it in the morning. Okay, excellent. Cool. Close vacation says it's 115 degrees in Arizona today. Jeez. No, I did not see the Street Fighter 2 animated movie in theaters. I had it on VHS tape, actually. What do I do with my current PC? I'm going to save it as a backup. It just makes sense that you need to have a backup. What if I buy a new PC and within 2 months it dies for some reason or something's faulty? I need to have a backup to be able to get to do my regular stuff. So absolutely, this PC will be saved. Yes. Did I like Apocalypse Now? You know, I saw it, and it is a trippy-ass fucking movie. Like, I think it's meant to be. It's meant to be a mind-fuck movie, right? Like, the whole first half of the movie seems to be a different tone from the rest. Once you start getting into the crazy jungle shit, it's just wild at the end there. And I would actually like to watch it again, I think. Because I did see it quite some time ago, so I think I would like to see it again, see what I think about it today. But I just remember it being such a wow movie. Like, what in the holy hell is going on, right? Birds of Pato is the $10 super chat. It says, Phil, or some say Philium. Bloodborne playthrough when? I played Bloodborne when it was new. I played Bloodborne again, and pretty much, you know, did everything there is to do in the game. I mean, shit, I platinumed it. I was parrying all the bosses and shit. I don't know what else exactly you would like. I'm pretty sure I've destroyed the game, dominated it, and there's not much anything really doing it. If you really wanted to see another playthrough in the long term, maybe one day, but I don't know if I want to do it now. No, I'm not playing any online games with members anytime soon.
Get fucked, members. You don't give enough money for Phil to spend his time playing games with you. You need more. Not going to play games with members anytime soon. You just immediately shut down that idea completely and just without any hesitation. It's like, fuck you guys, I only want your money. I don't want to fucking play with you fucking plebs. They fucking pay up, morons.
Expand on, yes, everyone's saying that new Kirby game is essentially like Fall Guys Kirby. Only it's like a series, I think it might be a series of mini games or something, like Fall Guys is, I don't know. Could be good. So I think movie theaters will eventually run out of business due to Netflix and such. I mean, the thing is, yeah, the market share is going to the on-demand video services for sure. HBO Max has probably gained insane market share in the last, 3 to 4 years, particularly with COVID. But then people flocked back to movie theaters in droves. So obviously it means that there's something there that people feel is a unique experience that they want to have in the theater as opposed to watching these movies at home. It might have a factor to do with, is there a simultaneous movies and home release? The movies that have had the simultaneous theater and home release have statistically performed way worse in theaters. So if anything, that's saying I think people want to see the movie, but as long as they have a decent setup at home, they don't necessarily care that much about the movie experience. Of course, there are going to be people who are always going to want that pure movie experience, surround sound, THX, movie theater style seat that's soft and comfy. The farts of all the people in the room with you, the baby's crying, the cell phone's ringing, the person who trips and throws their popcorn over their head, and you get a rain of popcorn. Open your mouth. Free popcorn. It's an interesting experience, to say the least. All right? I told you guys the story about the guy who tripped during a horror movie and his shoe fell off, right? That was one of the best parts I've ever had in a movie theater. I laughed my ass off. The dude we were watching The Grudge, and the dude had left. I think he was a pussy. I think he was afraid. So he had told, like, the people he was with, I got to go, like, get a snack or use the bathroom or something. He comes back, and as he's going through his aisle, I don't know how he managed to do it. He full on, like, boom, busted his ass hard in the aisle, and his shoe came off and flew out. You can see, because you see it go in front of the screen. His shoe flew way to this. Like, how did he manage to do that? Like, he must have full force flipped forward to have his shoe fly off like that. Like, the dude is such a pussy. Anyway. Oh my god. Big Papa Phil says, watching movies in theaters is a communal experience that is unique. At the end of Top Gun Maverick, everyone looked at each other in the theater and smiled. They did? That's creepy. Joey the Kobold says, I just watched Lord of the Rings. It's got me into the franchise now, and I want to read the books and games. What games do you recommend for a newcomer to Lord of the Rings? Oh. The sad fact is, the best ones of Lord of the Rings have nothing to do with the main lore. Like the Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor games are great. They have nothing to do with the movies, the books. They're just spin-offs and don't even really tie in. They did have movie tie-in games many, many years ago, and they weren't that bad, but they're ancient now. I don't even know if you could play them. They're like PS2 games. So I don't really think there's that much. I think they did have a Lego Lord of the Rings at one point. I don't know if that's what you want to go for. Maybe that. I don't know. I really don't know. No, I'm not playing the Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels DLC tomorrow. What would even possess you to think I was playing that? Okay. Oh my god. Matt on Wheel says, I know I was just talking about Top Gun 2 in the IMAX theater I saw the movie at. They had rotating seats and wind effects while you watch the movie. Okay, no, I gotta laugh at this. Here's why. Do you think the people in the fighter jets feel wind effects? They're in a jet. So they added wind effects to the theater. That's not what they would experience if they were actually in the jet. Anyway, I understand that they're trying to add a fourth dimension to it. All right, guys, I think it is time to end today's Level 1 podcast. I would like to say thank you to everyone for chilling with me. Thanks for discussing fun topics. Thank you for helping me once again to understand more about PC setups. Again, today we learned about basically video capture devices and hard drives, and this is good. The education continues. We still have much more to talk about. Like I said, we still have to talk about, excuse me, camera of some sort. We have to talk about cooling devices for the PC, power supply for the PC, and likely lighting and or that kind of setup for the office. So, all right, guys, thank you. Let's end the pre-stream podcast, excuse me, the Level 1 podcast. And thank you for watching. Until tomorrow, I'm sure we'll have a lot more to talk about due to new releases. Thanks. Awesome. All right, guys, let's get set up here. Let's jump over here. Let's get this camera resized. I just resized it to be exactly the same size. I'm stupid. Here we go. That's what I wanted. I think it's, yeah, it's a perfect position. Look at that. All right. Let us go on, as usual, on a very brief break to use the restroom. I'll be right back, and then we'll get started. This will only be just a couple of minutes, so I'm not going to run an ad or nothing. I'm just going to literally go next door, use the bathroom, come right back, and we'll start with Final Fantasy VII. Thanks. I'll be right back.
We are over 5 minutes behind live.
Final Fantasy VII.
And he came back literally like 30 seconds ago. Yeah, we're 30 seconds behind live, and Phil came stumbling back in. So there we go. We're almost live now. He just needs to unmute himself.
Okay, guys. Are we ready? All right.
It's going to get loud, guys.
Let's get started here.
The game, the audio for this game is very loud by default.
Headphones.
And he keeps forgetting to lower it. So it's going to get very loud all of a sudden. Trying to hear him.
And boot the game. Hope you guys are ready. Final Fantasy VII fun today. That was a long shit, someone says. Wow, did you measure it? That's impressive that you snuck into my house with a tape measure. You measured the length of the duties. Wow. It's disgusting, actually. You're a revolting person. All right, let's up the volume a little bit here. You guys ready to continue off right where we left off? Okay. We good? Any last minute questions? Any concerns? Anything anyone wants to talk about before we jump in? Please tell me now. Or ever hold your peace. You ready? Hello, X-Shooter. How are you? Welcome. I think we do have a save before Yuffie stole all the materia. We do. So I'll save that one right there. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Let me do a little intro. We'll get started here. And let me know how the volume sounds too. Hello everyone and welcome back.
And he started recording for YouTube now for his game. Bingo was a bust today, and it's weird because he has so many chances to say project. He has so many chances to say see what happens. He has so many chances to say. He didn't even mention anyone in his family. He didn't even mention Jasper or anything. You know, which is strange. Anyway, Sunspot Gary, hope you have a good one. But yeah, I feel like we're very unlucky. It didn't seem meaningful as either. He had so many chances to say meaningful, and he chose not to. That's what I'm saying. As predictable as Phil is, it's annoying as hell to try and get him to fucking say the shit you want to get him to say. Sometimes it's so fucking annoying. It is what it is. I mean, yesterday was a fucking heartbreaker for sure. But today was good. Almost like that's like 1, 2. So there's 2 going down the way. There's 2 going across the way, and there's 1 diagonally. So we've got 5 different bingos today, which is still a very strong day in terms of getting bingos. We have 5 separate bingos. That is good. That is still a prominent, successful bingo day. The fact that we managed to hear the bloody horns 5 separate times to celebrate a bingo. But it is what it is, no Richard. Let's go full screen and let's go to a notepad actually. So I want to do a couple of wee tweaks to our list and you guys can help out as well if you so wish. So we had see what happens here, right? I'm replacing that with you see. Because, you know, just rather annoying that it didn't say see what happens. He had so many chances to say it, but didn't say it. But it said you see tons. So, is there anything on this list, guys, that you want either removed or amended or updated? So now's the time to really go through it, guys. If there's anything you can think of. See you later, Twisted Predator. Thanks for checking out. But yeah, I mean, we'll just quickly go through the bingo, the list we have in case anybody wants to amend anything for tomorrow and future bingos. Project remove. Yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah, Project was a recent addition that people wanted. We had a poll for it, and I think people wanted it, so I threw it in there. But it's not really served us well. So yeah, we'll get rid of that fucking shit. Project is history. But yeah, but everything else, is everyone happy enough with? Do you... I'm just trying to kind of read it, see if there's anything I want. What about meaningful? Do people still want meaningful? Catch Urzel, thanks for coming. We're going to be ending soon ourselves anyway. I mean, we're just going to go over this quickly, and then we'll play contributions. The video once again. Meaningful is fine, yeah. Add many. Years ago. Well, we have years ago anyway. We'll have him going like years ago story. Robust. It doesn't say robust a whole lot these days. Well, so nah, not robust. Right, I'm going to save the bingo list, or in case, you know, the updates don't save. And, yeah, I will just let me pull up contributions so we can play out the stream with that. Actually, is anyone live right now aside from Rydrake's live? Good old Rydrake. You can check out Rydrake if you want after I'm done, but I'm going to just end the video with some contributions, so we can all enjoy this. And yeah, thank you very much, Prophet, for picking the card. It wasn't a full bingo card today, but still 5 times bingo. I'm not going to complain with that. Prophet says he's going to do a video. He's going to make one anyway today on Phil's computer. So that's something to look forward to as well. If you want to see Prophet break down Phil's ignorant computer, you know, babbling, and have Prophet explain to you why Phil's a dumbass in regards to his computer, you know, and upgrading the computer and all that shit. I'll keep an eye on Prophet's channel. Not sure when the video's going to be live or whatever, but he says he's going to do. He's going to fucking prepare it anyways. He started tonight, so keep an eye on Prophet's channel for that. But yeah, thank you very much, guys, for coming tonight, and the contributions, everything else, the super chats, the subs. Really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for some more bingo. But you'll have it done tonight. Okay, I'll keep it tonight your time, but yeah, I'll probably check out in the morning then, because it'll be late at night for me. Well, early morning essentially. There you go, guys. Something for you to look forward to later on. Prophet having a video ready for you later on. But I will see you all tomorrow for some more bingo. It'll just be a normal kind of style in terms of I'm just going to get somebody random in chat to pick a word or phrase, someone else random to pick the card number, and we'll see how we do. We'll go back to kind of normal in that regard, you know. But yeah. Thank you for coming, guys. Appreciate it. And I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30.
It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? When you're showered in money. When you go outside, all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky. And you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory.
Show me the money. Free.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that, in an instant, fucking gone.